The Team Never Quit podcast is sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union. Members save $2,500 on average when they choose Navy Federal for their mortgage. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Team Never Quit podcast. We've got our guest in the studio today, which seems like rare occurrence nowadays, so it's a lot of fun. Caleb, welcome to the studio, man.
Thank you.
Excited to have you.
It's
gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Wow, look at all that excitement.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I think that
Mark was like,
did we ruin it in the beginning? It was like when you first get here, it was just come straight in.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, all right, icebreaker for you guys. What is a job that you've held that most people wouldn't expect that you had in your life?
I was a sacker at Kroger. That was my first actual paid where I got taxes taken out job. And it lasted for about 3 weeks. But yeah, sacker at Kroger.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was 15, by the way. I couldn't drive yet.
Okay. I was a deckhand, working in an oil rig.
What did you say? The DE?
Deckhand.
Hey, you're a dickhead, huh?
I was a dickhead.
Offshore or
Offshore,
yeah.
It was like in Pittsburgh, like the border of New
Oh,
York.
nice. On
Yeah.
like
the
Joe
shale
Dirt kind of
call.
thing?
Yeah, kind of. Like it was like that similar thing, but
Did you
like
just
a
carry
giant
around
rig.
wrenches covered in oil? I mean, this is what I'm
No.
picturing in my head.
And it was like kind of they call it breaking out. And in like my first couple of weeks that I was there, it was like a really high end oil rig that I was on. So like all the other dudes were like pissed that I was there because I had never worked on oil rigs before. They're like, "How did you get this fucking job? You've never worked on oil rigs before." I was like, my stepdad works on rigs, so he helped me get this job. And they're like, "Oh, okay." But
Oh, the dad thing. They don't like that either.
no. So and
You
that-
should have
I
left
literally,
that part out.
oh yeah,
Should be like, I'm really good at
Probably
it.
the last thing you should have said.
I literally just did it because my financial aid for that next coming semester, I didn't have it. It was like I only got an allotted amount of financial aid for that semester of college. So I was like, I need to make a lot of money in the next couple of months. So I went and did that. And it was like 2 weeks on, like 14 days straight. And it was like 12, 14-hour days, like every day. It was miserable. But it was like literally like me, my brother-in-law, and my sister's boyfriend all did it at the same time. And then we all went to different rigs for the same company. They both quit 3 days in. They're like, fuck this. They're like, I'm going to beat the shit out of somebody here. Like, it was literally like being hazed. It was like the weirdest shit. I was like, man,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, these guys are like treating it like this is like a weird boot camp or something.
Yeah.
And like they were just like in my face screaming all the time, like calling me like dipshit and like idiot, just like I was like, Jesus Christ, this is a little intense, brother. And then there for a while, like I just started getting pissed. I was like, I don't even understand what you're saying. I was like, all I heard was like ridiculous Canadian like cuss words because like all of them were from Canada. And they were
So
like,
it was like
dickheads.
they were actually like thanking you and
Yeah,
using
but it was just like-
manners, but in a yelling way.
It was just like
Motivating, not yelling.
Yeah, it was just like the F word like too many times in a sentence, and then, like I was like, dude, can you say that again with like less curse words? I was like, I don't even know what you're asking me to do. And but yeah, I was just like the bitch for the first week. So that I walked around the entire rig with pockets full of like rags and cloths and bottles of degreaser, and was just degreasing every single building, piece of
WD-40.
equipment. Yeah, it was just like because I mean, there's oil spraying everywhere like all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm just like going around like every little nook and cranny, and then the sixth day, that's when I started doing my actual job on top of that. So horn would go off, I'd have to go up onto the deck to help load the new like pipe in. So, you know, you're like slinging it in the tongs, wrapping the freaking chain around it, guiding it. This giant, like, 2-ton, like, pipe, when it lifts off the ground, the whole deck is, like, covered in oil and shit. So you're, like, sliding everywhere. It pops up and it, like, wiggles everywhere. And it's like you're the only one there on it. So you're sliding back and forth trying to, like, guide this thing. It's crazy, man. It was, like, cool, but, like, I was, like, so pissed off the whole time I was there. Like, I was just, like, in the back of my mind, like, it felt like I was just, like, out of it the whole time. Because, it's just too much, man. Like they tried too hard to make it seem like the military or something. I was like, this is like a weird vibe. Like you weren't, if you got caught like sitting down to eat or anything like that, like for like a lunch, they would like write you up. You weren't allowed to like stop moving. You weren't allowed to sit down. Like guys would go to McDonald's.
That sounds like something we'd have to go through.
Yeah, it was like kind of
It is
goofy. I was
that.
like, that's a bit much. But yeah, the guys would go to McDonald's in the morning before their shift and just have like all their pockets on their like overalls full of cheeseburgers, and they'd just be like working, and then they'd be like, no, like shove a whole cheeseburger down, and then like just go right back to work. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude.
They're like that because it's dangerous.
Yeah, exactly.
very dangerous.
And that's literally that's what I was gonna say. The driller, he pulled me to the side one day because you sleep there in like trailers on site. He pulled me to the side one day. He's like, "Listen, man." He's like, "I'm not trying to be a dickhead." He's like, "I'm just trying to convey this information and get you to learn as quickly and as effectively as I can so that you don't get fucking killed out here." He's like, "I might sound like I'm being an asshole." He's like, "But I just want you to hear me." So
they only sound like that till you learn it.
Yeah.
And the reason, in our world, man, when they come at you like that, it's to activate you.
Yeah, it's to
because guys like us, that's how you activate.
Yeah, sure.
Pressure and pain, right? And if you're always on, that means your learning curve.
Yeah.
Because you will get shit real fast, especially if there's a dominant over you.
Yeah. So it was
barking
cool.
at your ass and be like, "Hey, look, I understand. I didn't hear a word you said, but I get the vibe, though."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get what you're trying to do, but like that was a lot. Like, can you like say it again? But no, yeah,
and
it was like
figure out what you are.
Yeah, it was cool. Once it chilled out, and I started like learning what I was doing. They like mellowed out a little bit. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And yeah, it was cool. Like,
how long did you last?
Well, I mean, I was there the whole time. Like, I did 3 different hitches. So each hitch is 2 weeks, and
so how old again were you? This
22.
Yeah. So this is right when you're coming out.
Yeah. I was like right out of college. Like I'm still in college for like 3 years, and I've only got like 1.5 years of college left. So I'm still like pretty young.
Those are tough too because when you're coming out, a lot of those guys do that for a living.
Oh
for a
yeah,
lifetime,
that's
and
career.
if you're not rolling into that. That's also designed. They're like that for a reason.
Yeah.
So if you're not supposed to be here, it's if
exactly. And they knew that I wasn't going to be there long. I was like, and they like knew that from the get go. They're like, "What do you do? What are you here for?" I was like, "Guys, I'm just doing this for a few hitches so I can finish paying for school." And they're like, "You'll probably make way more here than you will at school." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I get that." I was like, "But." It's like I want to do this job because I've already done like so many years of college for it. So but
that's what my family
it was
does.
cool. It was like really shitty at first, and it still sucked. But it was like once like he pointed this out, he's like, "Hey, just trying to help you." I was like, "Oh, okay." It's like I get you. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it was fun, and a lot of people I think don't know that I did that. So like that kind of job. A lot of people I think don't think that I'm just like some like pussy dude or something like that. So I got a bit. So I'll be like, well, I mean, I've had like some cool jobs, I guess. So I was like, I'm not like a military badass or anything. I was like, but I've had like I've done work. Like people, like I don't want people like.
Dude, is that a thing? Does that happen to you? Like
people like think that I'm just like some bitch boy or something sometimes. And I'm like what? I'm like, do I give off this like vibe or something? And because like especially like haters on videos, they're like, "Oh, do you have a real job? Do you like have you ever really worked?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, I worked like my whole fucking
you used to
life.
work for the mob. They didn't tell you, "Hey, those 4 kneecaps, I need them gone."
Yeah,
they went to you.
And I'm like, what? But yeah, I was like, I worked like my whole life while I was in college too. So, but then this was what I was always trying to get to. So now it's like obviously I'm not like dying like to live. So man, people get like really feisty over that stuff. Like they get like, "Oh, it must be nice." That kind of.
Just go. It is.
Oh, it is. But I've been trying to get here since I was like 12 years old. So it's crazy.
I don't let you know how good I am at this because it seems like that to you.
Yeah. Right.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Just hit them with that.
Oh well. Okay.
What job are you gonna pick?
All right. So what was the question? Was it the hardest or the most?
No.
A job that you've held that most people wouldn't expect that you had held.
Why am I next?
I have one for you.
I was a Chick-fil-A cow.
You're a Chick-fil-A
okay.
cow?
Are you kidding me?
Nice.
Chick-fil-A cow. Yeah.
Not work at Chick-fil-A.
I was worked at Chick-fil-A, but
No,
started as
you're the
Chick-fil-A
actual cow?
I was the Chick-fil-A cow.
Nice.
I didn't know
I
you were
was
a cow.
not aware of that.
I knew that you worked at Chick-fil-A.
You might have should have kept that from me because wait till I tell Mojo.
I actually rode a mechanical bull in the Chick-fil-A cow suit.
Don't try and church it up like
That
you
was
said that was
cool.
some tough shit,
It was
man.
tough, all right?
No.
We might be
All right,
buying
all
We
right.
can't all be
a
oil
cow.
guys.
I was relieved from a position because they had me on camera cutting the bell peppers at Subway in the air.
Like fruit in
You
it.
know how to do that?
Apparently, you are a safety liability
But I thought you were
Sorry,
a sandwich master. What do they call themselves?
Sandwich artist.
Back in the day,
artist.
Because I don't know if this is still the case.
Could have been a Marshall sandwich artist.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we have a case.
Sandwich Marshall artist.
Play as art.
A Marshall sandwich artist. But back in the day, I doubt it's still this way. I'm just going to say that because it was harder back then, right?
Yeah,
you know,
it's always
you had to prep all the vegetables and everything at Subway. So
you breaking my shit over
I'm
there?
in a mess right now. So at the end of the night,
we can't have anything nice, JT.
At the end of the night, before you closed or after you closed and locked the doors, you had to go in and dice everything for the next crew for the morning. So you had to cut all the tomatoes. You had to make the tuna and the seafood salad when Subway still had the seafood salad sandwich.
Interesting.
And then cut all the bell peppers, cut everything. And so they had me on camera.
So give me so you got fired on your day? Well, that's bullshit.
Wait,
Because they made a video game out of that called Fruit Ninja. Thank you.
Hold on, let's hear exactly. Demonstrate what you did.
Well, it was just I was in the back there throwing up the bell peppers and cutting them because that's how you started them.
Yeah.
And you have like 150 of them to do. So I'm just sitting there. Whoosh.
Someone was throwing them at you?
No, I was
You
the
should
only
have
one
played
there.
them like that. So how could I have made that safe, though? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Not the act itself was, well, okay, so let's write this into the program because if you know I did it, then that means somebody else is going to try and get that stuff done. I can't be the only outside the way.
I'm not the only innovator here.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
So yes, the next time I came in, I was notified the position had been terminated.
Is that how they told you? What a brilliant way of saying that.
No, it was we reviewed the cameras from the other night.
Did you get a copy of it at least?
No.
Damn it.
I wish I did. You know, that would have been nice.
Oh my gosh, that
So,
is crazy. You were the original Fruit Ninja.
I guess.
All right, which one are you gonna pick?
I don't know. Which one do you got?
Lifeguard?
Well, I would think everybody would expect.
Yeah.
But you were a bouncer.
That's
That's
the same
what everybody
thing. Same thing.
expects.
That's the same thing.
Everything
those
is just
jobs as
lining
well.
up with brute
Have you?
force and swimming.
Yeah, brute force.
Like,
and
wow.
fire and
Okay.
Okay, so the hardest thing I ever did was having to roof a house.
Oh wow.
Roofing a house,
yeah.
My brother and I both did that, and it whipped our ass
Hell yeah.
so bad.
But then I've watched a crew do it in less than an hour.
There are human species down here that are very, very tough.
Yeah. They're
House
made
roof-
for it.
made for that.
Some of them are made for it. Yeah.
Like
it's
stand next to
crazy.
fire, like stuff don't.
It doesn't bother them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not really the tough ones down here.
I've seen it.
You've seen people stand next
Stand
to
next to
fire.
fires and doesn't even hurt them.
Hurt them, dude. Them still working
don't
like with their
care.
hands.
What?
Like you
Yeah,
can't
they
even
put their hands in it.
This what.
I walked on fire once.
Like this is the perfect putty. It can
I
can
did.
take anything as long as you coax it in there.
Yeah.
It can learn it. It can survive in the most extreme conditions. You see them freaking humans doing it, man.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And anyways, it had rained on all the shingles the day before. And so every time my brother and I, we were little bitty. So we're talking back in the day with t-shirt and then Jabot jean cutoff shorts with the high top.
You
socks.
fancy.
Yeah, check it out.
Fancy.
And then the shingles would fall out of the bag and like scrape down our back. And I would be standing underneath my brother trying to just save the shingles. And then it would just like literally sandpaper down.
Yeah.
And we were bleeding from head to toe down our backs. And the dude would not let us. He's like, you gotta finish the job. You know, one of them kind of jokers.
Yeah.
All day. And I mean, it was the hardest thing to this day that I've ever had to do was roof that.
I mean, now that you say this, I'm having like immediate
Yeah.
flashbacks of helping my dad roof a shed, and it sucked.
Dude.
Like, because as soon as you said it scraped you, I immediately thought of me lifting those shingles up to him on the
I mean,
shed,
it must have been
and
those
it was
50
fucking
pound
me
or
up the whole
25 pound, whatever they are, which was a lot bigger than we were. And the fact that they was soaking wet.
Yeah.
So it was right when we would get up the ladder, they would slow. I mean, I'm talking about like one at a time, like down your back. Then the other one would just perfectly pick up and just like a conveyor belt. And I'm trying to catch them damn thing. Oh. And this is the best part because the dude we were working for, he would have like 5 bags on one shoulder and like walk up the ladder without a hand.
And then
Like,
just do.
kind of like with a hammer, and the other one's like, get out of the way,
He's
you
like,
little shit. You know, that
finish
kind
my
of-
6
that kind of
bags.
thing, right? You know when you think you're really good at something and you walk up next to something that's real good at it,
Yeah.
they don't have to even say anything to you. They just do what they do, and you're like. I mean, it was one of the most humbling experiences I ever had to go. I think it was there's a point behind it too,
Yeah.
because I never had to do it since. So that's how you know. And like I said, you're well aware I've had my ass humbled a few times.
Sure,
and,
yeah.
and it still ranks right up in there.
Every day of your life, you look at a roof and you just
Wow.
you respect it.
I call somebody.
You
I respect that sucker like you can't believe. Like, talk to it, man. I make sure it's.
I think a fun job that you had that I'm sure people would expect that you did, but I thought it was cool. Marcus grew up on Lake Conroe, which is a big lake around here, and they would go diving, free dive down to the bottom of the lake and retrieve lost items. Like if you lost your watch off of a boat or whatever, and they would just ask for like a tip, basically.
How the hell did
So-
you find them?
So
He,
we just
the man is like Aquaman.
Yeah,
He
so
can,
we would charge you half of what it was worth, and if we didn't find it, you didn't pay us anything. But it was like a Mark Twain thing because we were on a river barge. It was me and my crew, my buddies. And all summer we put bulkheads on Lake Conroe, so around the neighborhoods and everything. That was our job. You can't even imagine how much fun we have.
Yeah.
Just on that barge, just coaxing down the river, building the bulkheads, and during the lunch we would the boom arm, we'd swing on that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was awesome. I never wanted to grow up those kind of summers, right?
Yeah.
I thought that sounded so fun. I'm like, that's something you would see in a movie.
Like a movie, yeah.
It was, man.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance to do that, I mean, for one summer as a kid,
Let's just get a barge.
Yeah. Just start doing that.
because we never done it. The first time you do it, it's awesome, right? So I mean, that was one of those looking back at life kind of those summers doing that.
Yeah, that
Because
was
we
good.
could creep into those old gas stations where the cheeseburgers were so greasy
Yeah.
they run down, and you just didn't have a care in the world, man. That's just what you
You
did.
buy a handful of Jolly Ranchers.
That's it. Walking out of
Like 15 cents a piece.
that big old
Hey,
cola
what
stuck
do you
up in
mean?
that
I
hole.
got 3/4. I got a whole meal here.
Oh my God.
I mean, sun tanned,
Yeah.
right? You're out there so much, you just in the busted those pair of shorts and flip flops. It's fun. Dang, it was fun, man.
That was a fun
Yeah.
Patreon question.
Good
Yeah.
Patreon question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, make sure you join us. Patreon.com/Team Never Quit. You can get exclusive access to behind the scenes content, some sweet swag, the T&Q gear box, all kind of fun stuff. And you get to ask your questions to the guests, which is always a blast. The Team Never Quit podcast is sponsored by Fabric Life Insurance. Parents out there, listen up. It is time to finally cross off one of the most important things on your to-do list, and that is life insurance. I know. Nobody wants to think about life insurance. It's summer. You're thinking about vacation. You're thinking about the beach. You're thinking about a pina colada. But parents especially, you got to hear me out. Fabric has incredible term life insurance policies that can be customized to your family. You can be up and running in just 10 minutes. So then the rest of your summer, be worry-free because you know your family's going to be protected. That is so important. Fabric was built by parents for parents to help make it easier to manage your family's finances. It is all online, so everything is on your schedule. You don't need to schedule anything or make time for phone calls or appointments. Just apply online when it's convenient for you, and it takes less than 10 minutes to apply. You can see your quote, you can personalize it to fit your family's needs, and you can even be offered coverage instantly with no health exam required. And they've got some incredible new prices, which means significant savings over other providers. They've got great quality policies, like $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day. I mean, I pay for life insurance, and I know that is an incredible deal. Fabric also has over 1,600 five-star reviews on TrustPilot.com. It is fully backed by Vanis Life, one of the most trusted names in life insurance since 1847. So you're going to feel confident knowing that you're getting a high-quality policy that is going to be perfect for your family. They've got a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you can... We're hanging out today in the studio with Caleb Francis, who is an online content creator, a comedian. He got us through the pandemic on TikTok, that's for sure. We had plenty of good laughs, and we're super excited to have you, man. You got to take this full time, which is freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, dude. It's been crazy. It doesn't really seem real most days. Definitely feel very blessed. This is something like me and my friends always kind of wanted to do, like growing up, making videos, like just. So that's when I think that's when Jackass was like first getting really popular. So we
Which
like,
one?
Just the show, like the
TV show or the movie come out
the
yet?
first movie. Yeah, like that's when
Because that's when that sucker shifted
that's
gears.
because we were all like
Remember
so
that?
into it.
Oh,
So we were
And
trying
how
to
old were you then?
12.
Okay, I was going to say, man,
yeah.
you was about to start growing, so
Yeah.
you grew into that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's kind
was
of
about
when that
17, 18.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, when
Jackass
those
came
movies
out.
come online, and in my opinion, those were spacers in between genres. and
Things
generations.
shifted. Yeah. Oh
When
yeah.
when that stuff came on, because everybody coming of age is like boom, right
Yep,
there.
That's it. Oh yeah.
You
So-
were already in the teens when that came out, probably.
I know, but we act like idiots no matter what. So
Yeah.
I mean, I just wait for them to grow up
Yeah.
enough to get in.
Yeah,
in
I'm just
my-
trying to think of the age difference. Yeah.
ever grow out of that.
Yeah. So we were always like kind of like trying to replicate some things from that, just like but kid versions of it basically. So we were just doing stupid stuff, getting hurt and filming it, and then we started making like little skits, and it just kept going. And yeah, I just kept doing it after everybody like moved away, and I went to college. I just kind of kept doing it myself, and then finally they started doing good. They started getting seen on Facebook was where my videos first started like going viral.
Just
I guess.
filming with your phone.
Yeah, just filming with my phone, just like the selfie camera, and back and forth, just switching.
And what were you
sides.
doing in life when this was going
I
down?
was in college for physical therapy.
So
and,
nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
in college for physical therapy, and
That's a great way to say that.
Yeah. And then
That could mean anything.
Oh yeah.
That's
but-
brilliant. Can I have that?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Pretty good.
I appreciate it as a good one.
Yeah. But yeah. In college and working like delivering parts at Advanced Auto Parts. Like I worked part time there, and that's where a lot of my like inspiration came from. Was the really really redneck dudes that would come in there.
Yeah, because you look like you
Asking.
drive a beer truck.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It was the like delivery truck, like for parts and stuff. Yeah. Like I would.
Which is the best job. I mean,
Yeah.
pure comedy.
Yeah, but so I'd be like working in the shop some days, and you have like all these guys coming in, and it's just like ultra redneck dudes who run auto shops out of like their garage and stuff. They come in like returning parts and just like the most intense accent you've ever heard. Just like always, this part's broke, this part didn't work right. Just like anything to be angry or exchange something. But we'd have a dude come in there, and I laughed so fucking hard because it was like terrifying. It was like we were about to close. This guy comes in. And he looks at our like antifreeze section, and he looks it up and down, and he looks at us, and he's like, "You guys still got that antifreeze that kills dogs?" And we were like, "What? I don't think so." He's like, "Damn." He's like, "My neighbor's dogs got into my fighting chickens and killed them all." He's like, "So I was gonna get some meat and dip it in that and toss it over to him." We were like, "No, we don't have that." And he's like, "All right," but like he would come in.
This is not a store of death.
Yeah, he would come in every now and then and just like ask for
That's next door.
ridiculous things for
You
this.
think he was
You
just
guys,
being...
you guys got
No.
any brake cutters
He
that are
was-
untraceable? I'm sorry, what?
He was
Brake
real.
cutters that are
Yeah.
untraceable.
Yeah.
You hear that
Lockpick
gas
set.
sugar?
I need a lockpick set, some antifreeze with the dog killing type, not the other
Yeah,
type.
not the one that's safe for babies. I need something that's gonna kill. I need something that's gonna kill.
and a lot of lime.
I tell you what, man, some of them will,
Well, there was a lot of layers to that.
Yeah.
The neighbor's dog got into my fighting chickens.
Yeah, that
so
was
you
the,
came out from the underground,
yeah.
huh?
So we were like, oh god.
Oh God.
Jesus.
This is a good time to say that you're from West Virginia. by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah. So
The only state in this country that I've been more terrified than I was in Iraq.
it's a little nerd. Yeah, there's parts that are scary.
Well, yeah, you can if you find out anywhere.
Yeah.
We're a
Oh,
rowdy
yeah,
bunch
sure.
here in
Andrea
the
from West
States.
Virginia?
Yeah, she is.
We have a friend from West Virginia.
Sure
Nice.
do.
Yeah.
They're great. Don't ever piss them off.
Yeah, sure.
Or else they'll be down at the
Are they-
store looking for the
Yeah.
antifreeze.
Are
and
they-
little
Yeah, you got any
dogs.
antifreeze that kills people?
Or they won't be great. That's the way it is. Just keep that in mind when whoever you deal with in our wonderful little country we have here. Just keep that in the back of your head.
Yeah. Just don't piss
Because no matter
off
how
West
nice
Virginia.
some bitches can be, they can flip it on you real fast,
Yeah.
man.
Apparently.
Oh,
Don't
wow.
get
The
into
best
their
part
fighting
about
chickens
when you
either.
work in, because I had a buddy who worked in one of those shops.
Yeah.
And he told me this. He's like, "Hey, man," because the accents that roll in.
Yeah.
And then the conversations they have on how to fix that stuff.
Dude,
instead of
insane.
saying,
Yeah.
He goes, so what he would do is he goes, flip that around like that's your heart surgeon. And these are the most brilliant some bitches to ever walk the earth. And they're coming in there to try and fix something like that, and
Yeah.
then listen to them.
Yeah.
Because then you'll start. And when he said that to me, man, I started doing that and listening to them dudes like talk like it's a brilliant. Because for
Yeah.
them to get in there and be that mechanical,
Yeah, and
whatever
and
you
really
program it,
figure it out. Yeah.
whatever you program them when they can do it,
Yeah.
even if it was a body.
Oh yeah.
And when he said it to me, I was like, bro. And ever since then, I'll go up to the auto parts store in town, especially around lunchtime when they're all in there.
Uh-huh.
And then it's a match who can get in there first. And then the one person will be listening to the other person's problem. He's like, oh, hell, here's how you fix this. And the real brilliant ones will do this. They'll come in there and go, I've had everybody look at it. and I can't fix it. I don't think it can be fixed. We probably need to throw it away. And he'll slide it over in the front, and they'll be like, dude, come on.
Well,
let me look at it for a second.
I can probably
I
fix
can
it.
probably fix it. For free. You should never have to pay for anything.
Yeah, it's a trick.
It's a trick,
Yeah.
and man, there are
Yeah.
old men that are brilliant at it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you watch them go to work like that, it is something. Because I mean, you'll want to do it. You're like, and then leave out of there even feeling better.
Yeah.
Well, our friend Texas Dave has pointed out recently about those guys.
Oh, man,
Exactly the one that you're talking about.
I mean,
Always has the friend with him. That let me take a look. Oh, he will too.
He will. Yeah.
Oh, he does too.
Yeah.
I'll fix that son of a bitch. Oh, he will too.
That's its own world that exists.
yeah.
man.
Oh, it is,
Outside
too.
of money.
Yeah.
I mean, the world, when they wake up, it's breakfast, the meeting of the minds,
Yeah.
go try to finagle something out of somebody. Even if they had billions, I wouldn't spend it.
Yeah.
They don't care about that.
No. Yeah.
That is so funny.
It's so much fun. It's
Yeah,
like an
pretty
old barbershop
wild.
full of black men.
That's
you just sit
would
there
come
and
in
listen to
just
them,
hang out all
dude.
day.
They'll make you laugh so hard.
Everything that you just said is I've seen this unfold. Where they say it real loud, looking around. I don't think I don't think it could be fixed. You got two dudes in overalls peeking around the other aisle. Let me take a look at that.
I wasn't listening, but I was listening. Because when we have something that we get quiet, we're like, that's guy code. We just it's automatically ingrained in there. We'll start kind of like this right here. And as soon as somebody barks up, that's so you don't have to admit defeat.
Yeah.
So for the guys that say it can't be fixed, are they pussies or are they lazy?
Okay, that depends on what we're getting into because, like the other day with Hunter, and I saw this too, and I was like, hey man, if you're in a situation, there's people around, you got to lift something too heavy, fucking throw your back out.
Okay.
Wind up on the fucking operating table getting some surgeries and being like, how'd that happen? Because the story down the road is like, I got attacked by, I was out there swimming and a killer whale breached and landed on me. Something like that, man.
In the lake?
This is one of them freshwater killer whales.
Ow.
I don't want to talk about it. It brings back memories. But my point with that is like sometimes you just got to throw that back out. You better lift that shit and throw your back out, son.
Just go for it.
That's what I'm talking about.
gosh.
And we bring that back because you don't want that pussy title thrown on you from us, man. It'll never go away. We'll sit there and guys will be like, man, like Travis when he's talking about everything. I was like, oh. And God will laugh at this. We were watching some show the other day and some dude got hurt and his buddy goes, holy shit, did it hurt right away? And I never heard anybody say that. I started laughing, dude. Did I hurt right away? Like, who cares, man? It hurt. But dude, when your buddies get hurt and they're like, was it a good one? It's like, oh yeah. Oh, because it makes you harder.
Yeah.
And when you suffer together, especially, puts that joy into it, takes that pain away from it. Easy. There is no pain when you're. It's some kind of, I don't want to call it sick pleasure, but it definitely teaches you
This
something.
last weekend, it's Magical knocked his pointer finger out of socket and to the side.
Oh, good job.
And he was just like, oh, well, I'm about to pass out now, guys. And then 3 hours later, he's back. He's like, oh yeah, they got it back in.
Dude, there's something about when someone's around, because two people can talk themselves in or out of anything. You put that third in there, so you'll have the doubter, the doer, and the naysayer. Like, man, I just don't think you can get it done. Watch this, man. I can get this done. Like that kind of thing.
He is.
I saw one where this dude fell. It was a video camera. He must have been cleaning his gutters or something. And you see him fall down the ladder, and he's laying there like he should be dead.
Yeah.
And his wife walks out, and he jumps up real fast. He's like, it's just like pain goes away as soon as that woman throws eyes on
I
it, right?
tell you,
Am I good?
The way to get your husband to do anything is say, I don't think you can do it.
Okay. So I didn't know this about being married. Check it out. Like they can push, because I've never even been in an argument with any of my friends. I raised my voice, but she can get me stirred up so fast because they know. And that's what she'll do. So she'll ask me to do something, and I'll kind of bark at it a little bit. She's like, and then there'll be another guy sitting there. She's like, you know what? Probably too heavy for you.
Yeah.
I'll just get JT to do it. Like there's something that lights up in my in the back of my spine, like my helmet comes over my face, and these forks come out of my jaw, dude. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Throw your back out, like, bro.
I learned that. That
She-
wasn't
dog,
something
dude.
that
She-
I like
she does that
automatically-
quick.
And I actually at
That's when
first,
she's pissed at me. She can get into me like that, dude. She's like, hey, you know what? You probably
but
can't
I
do it anyways.
didn't know that it was pissing him off in the beginning years. Like it was a learning process because at first he has had a lot of back surgeries, and I was trying to look out for his back. I was trying to be the sweet wife, and I'm like, no, it's too heavy. I don't want you to have to do it.
Well, that's the neighbor.
And he took that as
That's why
like,
it's
are
all
you calling
titanium
me
now.
a pussy?
Every time she do that, I throw my back out.
And
Oh,
so
you're kind of a pussy, yeah.
now, but now I know, okay, he can do anything.
Thank you, honey. I
He
appreciate
is
that.
He-Man. He's
Thank
the
you.
Hulk,
Appreciate
and he
that.
can do whatever I ask him, and I'll never ask anyone else to ever do anything for him.
The best one was
so.
she called me a procrastinator one time. And it's the only time in my life she got both my ears and my full attention. Is that I don't know what it was about that word, but it was kind of true a little bit.
Yeah.
Because what she would tell me to do, I didn't think was important enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is the definition of procrastinating. But I didn't like that being pointed out.
Well, why can't just every once in a while you guys throw us like a treat, like a little Christmas, where,
Man,
you,
dude.
you look outside and you go, bet you and your friends can't take that whole bridge out.
Right?
Well, okay.
Imagine
That's a good one, dude.
then. Hey, get
Yeah.
over here.
I bet y'all can't tear that up. Yeah.
So I've actually done that for him. When it was our first or second year being
She's a
married.
wife with a. This is.
I-
Is this a
Full
demolition
skits.
derby?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
bought
yeah.
him 4 piece of shit cars that were like
For me, my budget's tear up.
$300 a piece.
Yes, they were parked there, and I was like,
And I was like, go tear them up.
like most people be upset because you got
Get
these
your
these
friends.
junkers.
Go tear them up.
Not our crew. We
Yeah.
had so much.
Yeah.
Oh! Opened up the trunk and every Playboy
Yeah, I
edition
had
Playboy
all
in
the
a
old
treasure chest was
Playboys.
sitting in the damn that she found somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one had a cooler full of beer.
yeah.
Okay.
What a birthday present.
That's pretty cool.
That's
It was,
why-
it was Father's
That's
Day.
why we got married for an eternity.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care.
I-
That one right there
Yeah.
is staying
4
with
junk
me.
cars, stacks of Playboys, cooler full of beer, and you guys get to wreck these cars. What?
Have dinner with all my buddies.
There's 2 Christmases.
Yeah. And they jumped him. They
Yeah,
jumped
we
him
did
over
everything,
the.
man. We
Yeah.
Yeah.
tore them some bitches up. God,
You know
Lord.
that big dip at the ranch, the real like going from the lodge to Casablanca, and so they actually jumped that dip. It's huge, and they jumped it in an old, what was that car, Corsica?
Was
or
all of you in
something?
there?
That was a little-
Oh, wow.
Damn right.
Hey, if we're gonna jump this,
That's why I got rid of it because everyone kept falling out. We didn't have any doors.
There's
on
no
it,
doors
roof
on it.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, and no roof, like it had been cut off.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
It was awesome. That's basically how y'all started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. Just doing
Man,
goofy
so
shit.
I
yeah.
get what happened with us, man, is we caught the bubble. Like we went right in ahead of y'all.
Yeah.
I mean,
with no cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to have
Yeah.
all that mess.
Yeah.
They didn't have the
So
digital
what was
cameras.
I asked a lot of you're in a like we're a hybrid generation. Like we're kind of stuck in the middle,
Yeah.
right? Of the transition.
Yeah.
It's when everything we got a little bit of old, a little bit of new. No tech, new tech.
Yeah.
So you're coming to come in that it's almost as if you're having to learn the lessons with it as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
When all this technology got thrown on us, man, it was so good. We didn't realize what was coming with it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember when we were younger, people would ask us, I was like, hey, is this good or bad? Like, man, well, they have to be both, right? It's got to, all
Yeah.
that has to come down the line. What was it like growing up in that?
It was probably when I was 9 or 10, like when we first got a computer. So, I had a kid's childhood, just building tree houses, like all that stuff. Like that was all I did. And then school became a whole computer room, and then a computer at the house, and then what was it, AOL and MSN,
Yeah.
all the messaging.
AOL,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, everybody getting all the
Cricket.
messaging stuff, and then trying to figure out how to do all that, and for school and everything. So, and then it was frustrating with my parents because they don't know how to do any of this. They're like, so they're always pissed off. But I think it was good because
Pissed,
Yeah.
They're probably pissed off anyways,
Yeah.
always. But
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
but yeah, it was good because it was right when all the good video games were coming out, the Game Boy was coming out, and then the N64. It was prime kid time. So man, I loved it. Obviously, that was just so many new opportunities. And then me and all my friends are like spending the night at each other, having like LAN parties and like just playing video games all night. So it was like a lot of like my favorite parts of childhood were, you know, technology, I guess, based. Like we had all the tree houses and then the camping and all that stuff, but then we were still like nerds too. So we like grew up in the point where we were able to, like, we did both. So yeah,
Man, that's a good way of saying that. It's like,
yeah.
okay, so when the tech guy, they call them tech guy, the nerds, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there's no shame in
no,
that.
yeah.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, like I
because
love nerdy shit.
What?
Like so, yeah.
Some
so,
of us do.
Yeah, so
I mean, I happen to be a fan of that
Yeah, but
myself.
you
Yeah.
also know a lot about some like weird things too, like septic systems.
yeah, like yeah, yeah. I know.
Okay, well then you become a specialist.
Yeah.
See, that's the great part. Like once you're a nerd, and then you get like that's the best part about being a SEAL is that S on the end.
yeah,
Specialist.
Specialist. Yeah.
You follow me?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
I get that.
I'm trying to master and then just get good at a lot of stuff. So if you're sitting there and something abstract rolls up and you'll be like, watch this.
All right. Well,
You know what I'm
I
talking
know
about?
how to do that.
Changes people's
Yeah, they're like, what?
quick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have all kinds of like times like that, especially with Katie. She like I'll do something and she's like, I didn't know you know how to do that. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm not just like a nerd. Like I play video games, I was like, but I'm not just.
I
a
can
nerd.
use a wrench.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
know.
what
I know how to use
I
tools.
remember the definition of a nerd being y'all can do that they can do anything.
Yeah, like just like.
And when the
yeah.
tech stuff came online, I never looked at it like that till you said that, but
Yeah.
it's almost like the guys who would have been and gals who would have been good at that
Yeah.
got it first.
Yeah.
And it's just like everyone else has had to catch up.
Yeah.
But then you got guys who are like in the field, battlefield hardened. They can also do that tech stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And there will be the time period in our country when that all mixes together.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like throwing all the ingredients in when now it's time.
Yeah.
to cook it.
Everybody can do a little bit of all of
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what this creates.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be crazy, man.
Because whatever we can come up with in our head, if we
Yeah.
can throw it on a TV screen and there's maybe not something you know how to do, but if you can draw it or think it and throw it out there, somebody out there can.
Oh yeah, man.
So
Yeah.
once our, I
getting pretty
like to say,
wild.
once our billionaires started measuring their libidos by their rocket ships, not their yachts,
Yeah.
we switched to a different dimension.
Yeah.
That's gonna be way more fun.
Oh yeah.
Way more fun.
It's exciting.
Yeah, boats are boring.
Yeah.
Dude. Well, then a lot of people are going to be getting boats, right? Because everyone else is going to go to the rocket ship. So then one day that won't be cool.
Rocket's so boring.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're going to the moon?
I have a yacht on my rocket ship.
Yeah.
That's how big my rocket
space
ship
yacht.
is.
Space yacht.
Space yacht. There you go.
My space yacht.
There used to be a cartoon when we were kids. That we used to be an old submarine that was floating through time. Something.
Yeah.
Look that up. You with me?
What is he searching?
Time Raiders.
Submarine?
Time Raiders. Something like that.
Submarine floating
Get
in
back to me.
space.
Yeah.
know.
Trust me, it'll come up. It might have been a battleship. I'm not sure, but
So when you started doing the video content, did you start with video games first, like
No.
Twitch first, or YouTube?
No, like I've always played video games and stuff with my friends. Like, but I did my video stuff and like my comedy skits and all that, and then like I never was a computer person. Like I had a computer, but it was like just for like work stuff, like you know, like school, like college, all that. But then it got to the point where like so many games were coming out and like games were starting to get a lot better in graphics and Twitch and streaming was starting to blow up. And I was like, well, like I'm already doing this social media stuff. Like I might as well be streaming this stuff too. Like I'm not like a huge streamer or anything. Like, cause I hardly ever like anymore. Like I'll stream maybe like once or twice a week, if that. But that used to be like all I did for a while. It was like that was like my main thing. Like I did my videos during the day and then I streamed almost every
so it's
night.
like waking up in the morning, grabbing some breakfast, and then just
Yeah, it was like wake up, breakfast, whatever for a little while. If I had to do something outside or whatever, go to the gym, come back, cook, and if I had made videos in between that or whatever, and then stream almost every night. I was getting on around like 9 or 10, and then streaming until like 2, 3
And you're
a.m.
doing that on Twitch.
Yeah, and that was all on Twitch.
So were you coming out with your ideas? What, while you're sleeping? While you're
Literally, almost all my videos, because like most of the time I was like alone, so it was just me like talking to myself. Like I'd be doing something, I'd be like, like,
back in the day, they would have thrown you in a
yeah,
hospital
oh yeah,
for
I'd be
that.
like a witch. Yeah,
My
like,
favorite
yeah.
one is when you see somebody walking down the road just talking out loud.
Oh yeah,
And you see, we know that
Yeah.
there's a voice really in their
Uh-huh.
head, but
Oh,
back
yeah.
back then, people were like,
Huh?
man, you need
Hey
to
man,
go over here.
that's a demon, dude.
Yeah, that kinda-
those are demons, man. No, yeah, but yeah, it would just be like little random scenarios or like something that I would do. Like I'm at the grocery store, I'm at this store, and like you know, just an exchange between somebody, and then I'm like just in my head, I'm like, oh, well, what if this was what was happening during that, or this is what was said, and
second guessing your
and
video.
and then it's just like I'm like that could probably be funny.
This is that second language, right? This
Yeah.
Is, wonder if he was really mean.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stuff like that.
Which is brilliant.
Yeah.
And people watch like that anymore.
Yeah.
The best part about going to the airport, sitting in the park kind of deal is watching people go through their life.
Oh yeah, man. And yeah, there's a lot of
Enjoyment.
and like potential for stuff.
Everything.
There. Yeah, just like watching people. You're like, oh, that could be funny.
It's almost like life is designed that way. It's how God hooks you up. It's like if you're having a hard time in life, step back from it. And what they mean by that is sit down and turn your focus onto somebody else.
Just see what they're doing.
And see what they're doing. Because there's a difference between looking, watching, and seeing something.
Yeah.
Them are all the same thing, but it's completely different. It's almost like when you're really watching a movie, you get into that.
You're in it. Yeah, you're there. You're a part of it. Yeah.
And then when you start noticing stuff in the background that correlates how everything moves, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Most people don't do that because our lives are so fast.
Yeah.
But there is so much entertainment in that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How does Twitch work? I've never watched it. So are people watching you real time?
Yeah. It's like you can set it to where it's like a couple second delay or something like that, but like it's pretty much in real time.
Is that a good idea?
Yeah, because especially if like you start becoming a bigger streamer, people will try to get into your games and they'll watch your stream and come after you. Like
They'll try to kill you?
Yeah, they'll be trying to like the bigger streamers. It happens to them all the time. People find their games and they will go in and out. They'll get in a game and if it's
So what do you call them guys? Snipers, assassins?
stream
Hackers?
sniper. Yeah, stream sniper.
The snipers usually good dudes.
Yeah,
I feel like I should change that.
Yeah, because they just
JJ,
call it
what
like
do you think?
stream sniping because it's usually they'll find out where you're at by watching your stream and then they will try and snipe you most of the time. They'll just try and kill you from far away. And then you're like, whoa, that was crazy that guy knew exactly where I was, and they're watching your stream.
The key to Twitch is everybody has the ability to interact with their favorite people instantly.
Yeah.
So whereas like if you post on Instagram, you might comment on someone's photo, but you don't know if that person saw the comment, even read it, or cares about it. Whereas with Twitch, when he's live, anybody that comes in can talk to him and he'll react
and I'll
to
probably
it.
See
He's
it.
reading what they're
like,
talking.
I'm not a huge streamer, so it's like I can keep up with my chat and like
So
talk
it's
to
like
them.
being on an Instagram live.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so-
but it's like I'm playing games and you see me in like a small box and the game that I'm playing and my friends that I'm
Does it
playing
interrupt
with.
you with your game?
I mean, there's certain games that you can't communicate with the chat the entire time. Like you're playing Call of Duty or something. Like you're not gonna be able to talk to the chat the entire time. Like you'll, play for whatever, and then if you die or if you're like in an airplane or somebody driving a car or something, you're a passenger, you can like glance over and read chat real quick and respond. But there's plenty of games that like, especially like single player games or like story mode games where it's a lot easier to interact with the chat while you're
Well,
playing.
gaming
so
is just
ignorant with
one
this.
because this right here, you're set up for it.
Yeah.
You could go on Twitch and you could look at your chat right here and just talk to
Yeah, you
whoever
can do-
talks
you
to
can
you.
do
How are
whatever.
you typing? Because you're on
No,
a
you're
controller.
speaking.
You just
Oh,
talk,
you're
because there's a
They
camera
see you.
and your mic and everything. Like they
I
just look at you and you just talk to them.
So you're just visually seeing their
So it
question.
seems like
Yeah.
tech is
It's
getting
not
what it's
like
trying to
a
do is to get everybody
text.
back to where it's like real time.
Yeah.
It's
And that's
not a text.
no, yeah.
You're
they
seeing the
text,
text,
but yeah, you
you
have,
respond live.
yeah.
It'll just be like wearing a screen and looking at somebody's voice.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm so
Oh
ignorant.
no,
with
yeah,
this. I'm
and
just
it's
curious.
like you said, it's not just games. Like people stream anything. Like
Yeah.
people do like
Knitting.
woodwork, painting.
Yeah.
Like people, like a lot of the guys down here now, they bring a setup with them to the range, and they'll stream them doing range days. And like the gym, like a lot of people like will set up a little setup, and you can do it straight from your phone or tablet or whatever, and stream working out and like talk to the chat while you're working out. And
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
It's cool.
It's
man.
such a great technology too. When it comes, as with anything,
Yeah.
we can get dangerous with it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like in the
just
medical
recently,
profession,
yeah.
like if you got something going on, man, you can buzz somebody on the other side of the earth, be like, "Hey, here's what we got."
Yeah.
and they can look at that sucker real time.
Yep.
And with the, we talked about this a while back, man. There'll be a day when you walk on an airplane, if there's a human flying it, you'll be like, "Whoa, whoa,
Yeah, whoa, weird. This is an old airplane.
Right.
Oh, no. This is a caveman. This is a
Whoa.
caveman airplane.
It's a relic.
Well,
Oh my gosh, that is so crazy to me. And our son watches it. I mean, he pretty much all he does is on YouTube. He watches the.
It's crazy.
Wait, that makes it sound like terrible parents. When I let him on there, I
sure.
think,
Yeah, it's people don't.
I mean, I am a
He's
terrible
on it.
parent, but I do discipline my kids,
yeah,
right?
I'm
sure.
not saying it's
Yeah.
all he does, but
Yeah.
if he's on his iPad,
Yeah.
that's what he's watching.
It's crazy because you
I'm
don't
just playing.
you don't really realize how like much because people will like talk crap. They're like, oh, that's crazy. I can't believe somebody that would just want to watch someone else play video games all day. Like, why don't you just go play the video game?
Mm-hmm.
It gets to a point where like it's almost like your favorite TV show or like your favorite movie or something. This person, especially if you enjoy their personality, becomes like that's what you would rather watch instead of somebody who would just watch Netflix or
A
something.
TV
like,
show.
Yeah,
Yep.
instead of just binging a TV show, you're watching your favorite and
you can interact.
personality. Yeah, that you can interact with.
I feel like
So-
that is the new generation. Like you saw
Yeah.
my daughter walk in
Yeah.
and just fangirl over you. She like that is what the 9 to 12-year-olds are doing now.
Yeah, my nieces are that
Like
way.
they're
yeah.
not watching a TV show.
No,
When I was
they're
a kid,
watching
I
YouTube.
watched.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, I'm old. I watched some old stuff,
Yeah.
but
Blossom.
Which was great.
Yeah, it was.
Uh,
6?
Yeah.
For friend 6?
But nowadays they're just watching people do other
Yeah,
things, whether it's video games or like Addie will watch people make stuff with their hand. Like all you see is hands
Yeah.
and Play-Doh.
But isn't that what our
or
parents taught
whatever.
us? Like, hey, watch them teach you to do something.
yeah.
I mean, I'd rather make.
No,
Yeah.
YouTube, you can search anything now.
Oh,
There's also
Yeah.
How
like,
brilliant is that
there
thing?
is documentaries out there about anything that
Anything.
you can
Oh,
think
yeah.
of.
Yeah.
And they're really nicely produced too.
Yeah,
Like,
people get crazy with
The
it.
Yeah.
humor that rolls out of there. Anytime you're having a bad day, man, there is some stuff on there that will
Dude,
make you
easy.
laugh.
You never like it. It is like endless. It just keeps going on. Like recommendation videos and stuff. Like, you're like, oh wow.
Well, like,
you find a whole new person.
we
that you're
all
like, this
grew
is the
up
funniest person I've ever seen.
hearing about the whole McDonald's lawsuit thing. Remember, you know,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
woman
the-
that sued McDonald's for
coffee
the hot
thing?
coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
coffee thing.
I never knew the facts, and I put it in YouTube, and there's a 30-minute. Hey, this is the whole situation that it unfolded and why it unfolded this way. It was like,
Yeah.
wow, this is
Yeah.
cool.
There's people that break that down.
Yeah.
There's analysts that'll analyze the analysts that break that
Yeah.
down.
And then you can
find
watch
out
a
some
reaction to the
stuff-
video.
The reaction to
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right there.
Yeah, it's
I mean, you got to
insane.
think we get technical enough that when we start venturing out into the space realm, like,
Yeah.
hey, man, I need to know something right now. Take every piece of data you can come up with, put that together, average it, give me the best possible answer that
Yeah.
that help me.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of
Yeah,
deal?
yeah.
And roll with that.
Yeah, it is interesting because you are at the cusp of like the next generation from us. Like
Yeah.
you're basically, I don't know how to say it. Like you are the icon for the next
Well, kids
generation.
don't listen to their parents. They're not listening to us.
They're doing.
Yeah,
It's who
yeah.
they can patch into.
Yeah.
If somebody, if what you do teaches, as you know,
Yeah.
with the smack talking, we joined the military. That's really good for you, actually.
Yeah.
When people
Yeah,
get
yeah.
on you a little bit,
Elbow you,
that
yeah.
builds confidence.
Sure, yeah.
It's better than pounding on you and you don't know
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
going
well,
on.
yeah.
I mean, you can, with that kind of verbiage, you can understand how people escalate and de-escalate and,
Yeah.
and whatnot. So I get the learning part on that.
So who did you watch to, you know, who are some of the people that you watch that you were like, oh, I want to do that, or I can do that better, or
You know what? I don't really watch a lot of like internet. Like I never watched YouTube a whole lot. Like TikTok and like Facebook videos, and I watched Vine a little bit, but I kind of caught Vine like near the end of it. Like
Yeah, that's the way we did too.
yeah, I like never really got it until like the last little bit, and like there was plenty of funny stuff on it, but like friggin' Will Forte is one of my favorite like comedians and guys like in movies and comedy movies. Tim and Eric, I've always loved their stuff. Like that was always like some of my favorite kind of humor growing up. That was all like shows on Adult Swim whenever that
Oh, yeah.
came on. I loved like all of those shows. Like I feel like that was a lot of my like defining humor. I think like kind of came from that. And then man, when movies really started to like change, I feel like it was like Talladega Nights, I think, was when that movie first came out. And
So good?
Yeah, like me and my friends went to watch it, and we were like losing our minds, laughing so hard. Like we were like, "What is
Like, that's a
this?
genius.
This is ridiculous." And then like there for like the next 6-7 years, a lot of movies like The Other Guys and like Step
Yeah.
Brothers and stuff like that.
That was definitely an era. I
Yeah,
know
there
you-
was. Yeah, it was, and it was just insane. Like the
It's
stuff
like
they
the
said
second
was
phase to
yeah.
Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
He probably kicked that off.
Things
He's one of
were
them.
insane, and like everything was so funny and ridiculous.
Tommy
Like
Boy.
Waterboy didn't
So
make
good,
sense.
man.
When you
Yeah.
first
Freaking
watched
crew.
Waterboy,
Yeah.
But
you were
it's
like,
still,
how?
Yeah, how is this a movie? You're like, what is going on?
Same with Napoleon Dynamite. The first
Yeah.
time I watched it, I thought it was so stupid.
Yeah.
But the second time I watched it,
You're
I
like,
laughed
okay,
through the
yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just the different genres of comedy. That's
Yeah.
why comedians are so important.
Yeah. It's
And so important.
Yeah.
Because they're like that center gap, man. They'll poke fun at JT and I talk about this. There's only certain people that can do that, get allowed with it.
Yeah.
Away with talking
Yeah.
smack. Comedians and
Yeah.
the military.
oh sure, yeah.
And we don't give a damn what you say.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah,
But just like the cartoons that we watch,
Yeah.
the way they're drawn and the comedy that it delivers, that it affects people differently.
Yeah.
Some people can watch cartoons and just laugh their butt. And some people, I don't get that, man.
Yeah.
Same with the Three Stooges.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of grew up on them, and the thing about YouTube, you can find all that stuff we watched when we were kids.
Yeah.
But man, it's all it takes is one joke that somebody who doesn't understand your comedy, once they get that, they'll
Yeah.
understand your whole. It's like
Yeah.
opening a door.
Yeah, yeah.
That you couldn't possibly understand, but one thing, man, will be like, dude.
Hit for them, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I had to do was hear that and
Yeah.
see that one thing. And once I did, it's like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I get your
I
comedy
get
now.
the humor now.
Right.
This is your kind of humor, and I get it now.
Right.
Yep.
Because a lot of times when those comedians, like when they go dark, when they start picking on people with
Yeah,
their
yeah,
comedy,
yeah.
it's hard for them to come back on that.
No, man. Yeah. No.
It is, man. Like
Yeah.
you see something on TV now, when they start picking on people with it.
Yeah. It's no. Yeah. People would just
Speaking
kind of.
of, how hard was it for you to like see any negative? Like, do you ever get?
Oh God, all day, every day.
Bash talk
Yeah.
on-
All day, every day on every single thing. I have people talking shit. Like no matter what. Like, and I do like pretty tame videos. Like I'm not like coming after like a specific person, or like I don't get political, or it just goes to show you no matter what you're doing or making a video about, there's always going to be somebody who's like just pissed off or like wants to be negative or like
that's the
You
great.
get a
they're
lot
just-
of love too.
Yeah,
right?
sure, yeah.
No real love.
No.
Yeah.
Look, when you're doing what you're doing, man, you
Yeah.
can't look at that as a.
No,
that's
yeah.
like an ad that comes
Yeah,
up that you don't
that's
want to have to pay
yeah,
attention
that it
to.
just it
and
is there. Yeah.
It's gold, actually.
Yeah.
Like the one I use it with is like, hey man, one time some people's like come up to me and say, hey, eat shit and die, cracker.
Yeah,
I was like, and the kid's like, what does that mean? I was like, if you put shit on a cracker and eat it, you will die.
you will absolutely die. That's
We are supported by Super Beats. There are some habits out there, guys, that it is just super hard to kick. Specifically, for me, it's always been Dr. Peppers. For a lot of you guys out there, it's multiple cups of coffee every day. You know, some of you guys, you need those energy drinks every morning to stay alert. But recently, I discovered a healthier way to get that sustainable energy without the caffeine, without all of that added sugar. All you have to do is unwrap a couple of those Super Beats heart chews. You get to have 2 of them in the morning. They're super delicious, and it'll handle the rest. No need for all of those coffees, energy drinks, and candies for that quick pick-me-up in the afternoon because you've crashed. All you have to do is add those 2 delicious plant-based Super Beats heart chews to your morning routine, and it promotes heart-healthy energy for your day without that caffeine crash. It's awesome to be able to have a product that honestly looks and tastes like delicious candy be so good for you and do something incredible for your heart. And Super Beats heart chews unique, clinically researched grape seed extract promote heart-healthy energy and normal blood pressure, all a part of that healthy lifestyle. This has been an awesome alternative to those Dr. Peppers in the morning. I'm not getting that crash that I was before. They taste amazing. They've got actually a bunch of incredible products on their website. You'll have to check them all out because I've got several things from them ever since I got a hold of those heart chews because, I mean, once you find one thing that works, you're going to keep going after it. I certainly choose Super Beats heart chews for heart healthy energy. I believe you guys should too. And to make it super easy, they've got you guys a 45% off plus free shipping deal at superbeats.com/TNQ. Seriously, this is their best offer available anywhere. So if you've been thinking about it, you've heard me talk about it, maybe you've seen an ad somewhere else, maybe you've seen the product online and you've thought about doing it, you're looking for an alternative to some of those caffeine sugary products and you're wanting to have something that's going to create some heart healthy energy for you, then you guys have got to take advantage of this offer. One more time, the website is superbeats.com/TNQ. You're going to get 45% off plus free shipping. That is superbeets.com/TNQ.
There is a way you
Yeah.
can turn anything around
Yeah.
to make it make sense. Because when somebody comes at you like that and they don't like you,
oh yeah.
you know what I'm talking about? You need to look at that stuff and
no.
don't let it affect you.
There's
Because they're
plenty of-
giving you gold.
That's it. There's plenty of videos of people's responses and stuff that I have immediately made a whole video where I am them talking to me.
Oh, yeah.
And those videos usually do really well. And it's just like me as like some angry dude, just like literally on the way here, I made a video doing that same shit because I saw a dude comment on one of my videos. He's like, okay, I'll just run this by you real quick, and we'll see how you feel about it. Chicken tenders and boneless wings and bone-in wings, right?
Oh, dude, that's a universal argument. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
check.
Like people they feel a certain
Pretty
type of way
easy.
about
That's
their
a big
chicken.
thing about
Bone-in
it.
is
Yeah,
king.
yeah. Like I love the flavor of bone-in, but it drives me nuts. Like I'll eat the hell out of some boneless wings. Like I don't give a shit.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care. I like it.
If you're asking
I
me,
want it. I want the
And then
protein.
Tenders
I
are just
need
like
it.
big meat nuts of chicken.
What time of
chicken
day is
tenders
it?
are amazing.
Thank you.
Yes, I
Wait
love
a
a
minute.
chicken tender. I love a chicken tender.
Dude.
But it drives me nuts when people's personalities are bone in only. I am a man, and bone in is it. I will.
You like a
snap
bone
open.
in it, huh? Do you?
Exactly. I will suck the marrow out of bones because
Yeah.
I'm a man.
I bet you would,
That's-
get-
like that's
do
like
it.
people get like that, dude. And I literally the video I made. I made a video and it was just me. I was like bone in, boneless chicken tenders. I was like, I don't give a shit. I was like, I like all of it. I will eat all of it because it is good. It's yummy and it gives me protein. I was like, quit acting like you're like a caveman, like warrior, just because you eat wings. It's so weird. And I made that video, and so many people were like, "Whatever, boneless wings aren't even wings; them's for pussies." And
Those guys are great.
I'm like,
Yeah.
this is literally how you think. So I made a video on the way here, and that's literally how it started. I went, boneless wings is for pussies,
Yeah.
and then I just went on for like a minute straight of me talking about because I was like, yeah, if I go to B-Dubs and my waitress comes to me and says, "Sorry, we're out of bone-in. Could I interest you in some boneless wings?" I will fist her right in the face, and I will go to the jail. Like it was
It's
just
a bad thing. I will pull the bones out of my fingers so
Yeah.
they can stick them
Just so
in the
that I can
damn
eat
wings
this. Yeah.
so I can have it in there.
I would have to
I
have
don't
bones
like
in my
beer
chicken.
like dark, and if
Yeah.
my gravy comes out anything lighter than the skin, we're gonna have a damn problem.
Yeah,
You know,
they-
these people got to be good at everything,
It's
man.
ridiculous, man. It's like, take it easy. I get it. You're a man.
Goodyear tire is the only tire.
Yeah.
The only tire.
Yeah.
Goodyear.
Yeah, you're like, Jesus Christ.
Just look at those people like they're trying to get a sponsorship. So
Yeah.
the more aggressive
You're
they
trying
come
to get
at you, like,
sponsored
bro,
by
you are all
chicken
about it. I
wings?
get it.
Who's gonna Tyson? Yeah, Tyson gonna
Tyson's
sponsor
paying
you or
you
something?
to-
They make. Did you know they make boneless wings? They make them
Yeah.
all. I don't give a shit. It's like,
I always come in like you're Howard Cosell or the Jim Gray of your day. So when you're coming in and something's going down, just start commentating.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah,
'Cause
it
make
works,
makes,
man.
Oh, it makes
Yeah.
life so much easier,
Yeah,
bro. 'cause
just to like flip it and then roast them on it is so good. Like some of my like latest videos that have done really well have been me because you can on TikTok you can respond to people's comments through a video and that's great. It's so funny.
Okay, so
Because-
let me ask you a question just personally. I don't know if I'm going to do this yet, but my brother was running for Congress.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And we're twins.
Okay.
So I wanted to do like a little channel called The Congressman's Brother. And basically, every time something happens to him, I'll be the alternate version of that of what he wished he could have said. There's really multiple angles of how I could come.
That
Why
would
don't
be-
you
that
guys
would be
do
pretty
a
funny.
campaign ad where you both show up to the Hill in
Well, he'll be a part of
tuxedos?
this anyways. I got that's what I'm talking about, right?
That's what I mean.
If you don't think I'm standing there and somebody mistakes me for him and asks me to vote, I'll be like, or on the news.
Yeah.
Especially on the news, because my
You
brother.
guys could be on all the networks.
My
at
brother
once.
hated it when people call him by my name. He
Yeah.
doesn't like that. So if anybody mistakes me, which they always do,
Yeah.
I will gladly answer your question. Not only will I answer
Yes,
that
I am
question,
Congressman.
I'll give you the most abstract, just the most far out answer you
Yeah.
can't believe, and I hope you print it. I'm bringing them back to checking your sources
Yeah.
kind of deal, right?
Oh yeah. That would be funny.
It'd be fun, right?
Electricity
That would
guy?
be
Yeah,
funny.
we're looking into some
Yeah.
1800s version of witchcraft. Actually,
Yeah, I was like, hey, if you got anything you want to negative you want to throw at my brother, bring it to me first, and I'll
Yeah.
sign off on it because if it's real good, I want to keep it.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And
And I
you're
actually
in
have
charge
some
of
stuff I'll
doing
give
the
you.
videos.
Yeah, I have some plenty of
Yeah.
of ammo I'll give you.
Yeah.
That would be so funny.
Yeah.
Caleb,
I
what's
mean-
what's the most challenging part of what you've done and what you have to do?
choosing what type of chicken.
That's right. Bone in.
It is absolutely easy to some days not feel like motivated to make stuff because like you feel like you've gotten comfortable. You're like, oh wow, like I'm doing it. I'm here and I'm making it. And sometimes you like can feel like you're losing motivation to do this stuff because you like you've gotten comfortable. And like I was actually reading some stuff about that like recently. There's like don't ever like let yourself get too comfortable. Like you're still trying to go after the things that you have now. Like you got to remember that you're still working for it, and instead of like just losing motivation, not wanting to make videos for, if you just like, I don't need to make nothing, I'm already doing it. Like, so I like try to keep that mentality, because there's plenty of times that maybe I won't make as many videos one week as the other, and then I'm like, gosh, I need to focus, I need to make some stuff, I need to stream.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So how often do you feel like you need to put out content?
I like to. I mean, stories is a super helpful thing, because I can pump that stuff out like all day long, especially because it's just what I'm doing if I'm cooking something, and it's almost always branded. Like I'm, whatever companies I'm working for, like I've always got like a shirt on, or hats, or glasses, or something like that. So it's like the companies that I work with, I feel like and that's what they want. Like I'm still working with them. I'm showing that I'm interested. I'm showing that I'm like advertising their stuff in a way. But like actual content, like if I can post at least like 2 or 3 times a week, like a legit video, that's like an original thing, that's where I like to be at. And then, because on top of that, I'm still trying to stream at least a few days a week if I can, most weeks. So a few videos a week, like legit posts, and then as many stories as I can come up with while I'm doing.
Yeah, so as it works, it's almost like there's people who, it doesn't matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
Throw that thing on, driving down the road, whatever song you're listening to, let's be rolling with you. And then there's people like, hey, what are you saying?
Yeah.
All right, check.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How do you handle creative block? Because, you have bad days like everybody does.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't feel like I ever really deal with that too much, because like usually my videos always are brought on by something that I'm doing, like in life. Like I was talking about, like it's usually like we go somewhere, or like we meet somebody, or like literally me and him will get on friggin' tangents
Clam chili.
Travis Pastrana's chili clams, clams and chili.
Clam chili.
Jeez, stuff like
By
that.
Dollar General.
Yeah, sponsor. Like we wrote.
We
We
wrote
wrote
from the can.
Yeah, we wrote a whole new sponsor for Travis Pastrana.
He wakes up and
Yeah.
Travis is just in his room with the
Like
motorcycle.
revving his
I win
motorcycle.
races because I eat Travis Pastrana's clam chili.
And we-
He's like,
That's a
"Wow."
great idea. The most whatever's
Just
in there, grab it.
insane.
Yeah, that's funny.
We go on that and do this kind of crap all
That's
the
some
time.
Talladega Night stuff.
Dude,
Jack
yeah,
Cotton
and we
behind
just
town.
like die laughing for like an hour. Like I feel like I have to go to bed after, because like I feel sick from
I heard
laughing.
about that.
Like
Very clam
like my
chili.
head
I
like
was
is
laughing so hard.
pounding. Like I gotta go to bed. Like we've done that with milk chicken, and that was
Have
the
you seen
first
that product?
one. And we just kept going on an energy ranch, and then Travis Pastrana's clam chili, like just
I saw the
goofy
video
crap like that.
If milk was illegal.
Oh,
and
yeah,
and
that was one
horse,
of- yeah.
horse law.
Yeah, horse karate.
It was a karate dojo for horses, but then we were also lawyers for horses that
That
were
got
injured
hurt in karate
during
accidents.
Yeah.
It's just like
You can go all day with it. See
Yeah,
somebody
literally.
open the door
like
on that? All day.
If we're cooking something, or if we're like hanging out in the bar, like almost every single time we get into something, and it'll go on the friggin' like hour-long commercial about your VHS set that's that's in the shower. Like that was like days that we talked about
Yeah, but
that.
what was the actual product? Wasn't it just
It was a VHS set teaching you how to lie to women, and it was like 18 VHSs. But when you order it, it was too big. You didn't have anywhere to put this. You're like, I have too many VHSs. So
it was a rack for your shower.
we sell a secondary thing to hold it, but it went in your shower
And
for
then
some
you had
reason.
to extend
And
your
then
bathroom.
then it shows you trying to shower and it's too much, so you're like, I gotta buy the extender for my shower.
We sell that.
Yeah, we sell that too.
Yeah.
And then it was
Yeah.
like, oh, now there's not enough hot water for my big shower, and you're like, you get an industrial heater for it, and it just
What was
kept
it
going.
when you walked in? There was something.
Yeah,
so
it got to where you
big.
couldn't open the door because there was a giant cog that was turning that like was a what
And you
was
had-
it, like a
you
furnace?
Had to order coal.
Yeah,
Like,
you had a coal-powered furnace that heated it all. Like it just kept going. It's like, oh, now you got to get workers to constantly
you
feed
need
coal.
an extra acre on the side of your house.
Yeah, it just
this
kept
was all
going.
for the VHS
Yeah.
set to How to Lie to Women.
Oh my
Yeah, it just kept
gosh.
going. It was going to be like the longest commercial, but we did that for like an entire night,
Oh.
and we were like, literally, I was like gagging from laughing so hard.
Oh my
But like that kind of
It's a
stuff.
great idea. Starting a commercial and see how long you keep it
Yeah,
going.
that's what. Yeah, like a
never
late
ending-
night,
a
like
never
3
ending
a.m.
commercial.
commercial. It's just like hours long. When people like will come back to that commercial and be like, "Is this still the same commercial?" It's like the same
driving.
the
Like,
same
that's the
VH.
first part of
Yeah,
it,
you're
right?
Or
like,
like
what?
the Ninja Mixer. Where
Oh,
it's like
yeah, exactly. It's literally hours.
3
Yeah.
It's a movie
Yeah.
for the
You're
sale,
like,
whatever's at
what
the end
is-
of it.
Yeah, you get
That's
lost in
hilarious.
it. But yeah, we like do that crap
Different
all the
actors
time.
playing in it.
Well,
Yeah.
we were toying around with this concept to like actually buy full commercial breaks.
Oh, yeah.
And every commercial was just us selling something more and more
Yeah.
ridiculous. So in like San Antonio, you're watching the news, it goes to a commercial break and it's horse karate, then horse law, and then we
Just to see if people are paying attention.
Yeah, the horse butcher
and
shop
we
that was
we
like
put the suits over our
over
karate
each
gis.
other's suit. Yeah.
And then the butcher shop is over the suits,
Yeah.
over the karate
Oh
gis.
my
Yeah,
god.
and it's just like people would be like, "Get to like, did
What
you
is
see this
this?
weird horse commercial? This horse segment
They had
that
2.5
happened at 2
minute
a.m."
commercial.
Did you get a catchy jingle that goes with it?
Yeah,
It's
dude,
you're
all
in there.
of it. They're like, it would be hilarious. And then I mean, they would do awesome online too. But just having that like on local TV would be so funny. Just like a rant.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the person that stops and watches it?
Yeah, and it's like, what
what the
is
fuck is
this?
Or the guy who's really interested.
Yeah, they're like calling.
Hey, there
They're
you
like,
go, like
my
somebody-
horse just died. I get a call.
I need to do this.
I've been thinking about getting my
Serious.
horse into karate.
Yeah.
We should do this for Mojo for his brother. We just start the commercial with, because Mojo became a congressman, I won this bottle of water, and then it just keeps going like
Forecast it
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Okay.
Now you've got this new tractor.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's going to happen if you vote for this dude right here.
Yeah.
Oh
Free
my
bags of
God.
money. Super Nintendo stuff.
Not endorsed by the campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah. This commercial was
I'm gonna
not.
have fun
Yeah,
with
just
it.
like that.
Yeah.
Not sponsored by.
Yeah,
not
not
paid for
sponsored
by.
by the
Yeah.
campaign.
He yells at me anyways. Who cares?
Yeah, well, listen, for that I'm probably gonna get
I'm like,
chewed out, and
Big
I'll be
brother, I
honest,
just
I've
wanted
been
to
chewed out a
Yeah.
lot.
I just want to give you a reason, an actual one.
Oh my gosh.
I think I've earned that.
How do you
That's
feel
so
like
funny.
the content's impacting the people that follow you now? Because you went from whenever I first found you personally, a few thousand followers to
Yeah.
you're over 1 million, right?
Yeah. My TikTok's my biggest page. I'm like right at 1.6 million on there, I think. But yeah, man, it's pretty cool to see like the positiveness of it, because like I'll get plenty of messages that are people be like, dude, it's so awesome seeing like the people that you work with and like the things you get to do now. Like, because I can remember like watching your videos that were literally about the auto parts store, and now you're like filming BJ Baldwin out in the desert, like just like stuff like that, and like just like Travis is over here filming stuff with us. They're like, you're like doing crazy stuff now. So like a lot of people love it seeing.
Growing with you.
Yeah, literally, yeah. That's like because it's been close to 7 years.
And they're there
now.
with you.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
them getting a new buddy too.
Yeah, exactly.
When you
It's-
connect it like this, once
Yeah.
you're into our group,
Yeah,
you passed in him, and then that's how we connect.
yeah.
So, I mean,
it's awesome.
That's how worlds open up too.
Yeah. Literally, it has become so much more, and like obviously stuff has, the last year and a half, like things really like cranked up, like, and then especially working with him and everything down here, like that just opens up so many like doors, because it's like I meet all these new people, and then so and so sees me here, and so sees me there. They're like, they reach out, they're like, hey, dude, this is awesome, and I really like your content. Like, we should work together. I'm like, okay, that sounds awesome. You seem like a cool dude. And then
That's so
it
cool.
it brings so many new relationships and so many new opportunities to like grow and to like do more fun stuff, and then it's just like all working together just to be pretty much having fun is what it has become.
So what does that feel like?
It's crazy. It
That
don't
kinda
seem
stress.
real. It's
Because I mean, you have like
Yeah.
she said, my daughter.
Yeah.
Like watches you.
yeah, that's crazy.
I want you
yeah,
to look
yeah,
at me right now.
yeah, it's crazy. yeah, it's
Like,
pretty crazy.
I have you.
Yeah.
Where no one can get to you.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
360
Right here in
acres.
front of me.
yeah. It's
Let me make this perfectly
yeah,
clear.
yeah, it is pretty
My
wild.
daughter is watching you.
Oh no, it's insane.
Guys like me have
Yeah.
daughters.
Even like when I realized it was first starting to get good like that, it was kind of like something like that's a similar situation back home, where like this little kid was like a huge fan, and my sister, who was a teacher at the time, like taught his class, and she's like, he literally talks about your videos like every day, like he's like quoting your videos and stuff, and so I end up like going and like his mom brought him to like get lunch somewhere, and then I ended up like showing up and like coming in there and hanging out with him and stuff, and just talking to him. And he was like a really funny little kid, and he was like really like good like at drawing and like doing stuff. So it was really cool, and it's awesome to like know that that happens, and that like
it'll change your life.
Yeah,
When
it's
the young
cool.
ones come up
It's
on
cool,
you,
yeah.
and you see it have a positive effect on, even if you were, man, it's like kick something bad
Dude,
out of you when they
it's
do
something.
that.
Yeah, like we were here a few months back. We were helping. It was like a charity thing. I can't remember what it was, but we were working at Mason's gun shop helping him sell guns that day. And it was just like a bunch of internet people were there, and we were all just trying to sell guns and just see like how many we could sell in that day. And like some kids came in, like younger kids, and they were like just like cool, like some of the politest kids I'd ever met. And the parents were super nice, and they come in. It's like two little boys, and they both have like cool mullet haircuts and stuff. And they were like so shy. And the one was like, "I love your videos, man. You're so funny." And they started like quoting my videos and stuff. And I was like, that's awesome, man. That's like that you're like a legit like big fan. Like he knows lines from like lots of videos. And he's like, man, and those pit vipers are so cool. And I was like, well, here, man. I was like, here, take them. Like, and he like, I handed them to him, and he like instantly like he put them on, like started crying like so hard. Like, I was like, man, I was like, this is like crazy. Yeah, it was so cool. But yeah, like when like little stuff like that happens, it's awesome. It's like, yeah, it like makes it like you're like, dang, this is real. This is like a real thing.
A cartoon G.I. Joe when we were kids, man. At the end of it, there would always be like a public program,
Little PSA.
PSA.
Yeah.
Public service now.
Pork
right?
chop sandwiches.
You got your badasses going, hey, don't do this, do this, kind of. And they got rid of those, man. Those are great. I actually paid attention to those.
G.I. Joe at the end of it. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And a lot of that stuff they got rid of when we were kids. I remember growing up, they kind of pushed us in the direction that we were.
We should remake some of those.
Dude, yeah.
Like the
just
G.I. Joe.
little
Dress
PSAs,
up like the old G.I. Joe
little
guys.
PSAs at the end of stuff. But
When your house is on fire.
yeah, just like funny stuff, like little stuff like that. Like you're like loading clothes into the dryer and stuff like that. Just remember, never put a baby in a dryer.
Yeah,
And then
like
just
that.
like,
That's what
yeah,
I'm
and
talking
just like, it's like, okay, yeah, I should probably never do that.
Don't
But-
take candy.
Caleb
yeah, just
You
stuff
see
like
somebody
that.
who looks like this, don't get in the van,
No,
I'll run.
do not get in the van like this
that.
stranger. Yeah.
Don't ever get in a
Yeah.
van. Don't ever take candy from a stranger.
Yeah.
I think we cut your hair into a mohawk and dye it bright orange and get you some OD green camis with a white shirt and dog tags, and you're our Caleb Joe. You would look like a G.I. Joe character.
Oh yeah, because
Oh my gosh.
that's a great.
What is your
idea.
most memorable video?
So a lot of people know the Hornets video. That was like one of my biggest videos on Facebook, and it got like reposted on a lot of pages, like a lot of pages, like big meme pages were like, hey, we'll pay you like to let us repost this, and I was like, okay, cool. And it was literally it started out as me just on my Snapchat, like making stories of me dealing with a hornet's nest that was on the edge of the house, and I was like shooting it with revolvers and shit and throwing hammers at it. And then I finally like went into the attic and drilled a hole through the wall and like shoved a stick through it and was just like spinning this stick around, like fucking up the nest. And I was just like talking shit to them the whole time. I was like, stupid fucking hornets. And like their nest was on the ground. And I like ran by them, like stomped on it real quick and then like ran away. It was just like just goofy stuff of me destroying a hornet's nest. And like people all the time like, dude, they're like, I laugh so hard at that video because at the end of it, like I took their nest and I went back to my house. I was like, hi, I got your house, and I was like, just threw it on the ground. But like that was one video that like a lot of people like knew me from. That one and the chip video, because I think the chip video has been like one of my biggest short form videos.
Oh, the chip video.
Where it's like this guy that just eats tortilla chips like sideways, and he's just like it's a character named Greg that I've had in a few videos, and he's just like really creepy, and but he like comes over and like eats a tortilla chip, and he goes to put it in, and he like turns it sideways so that it's like sharp ends up and down. And I'm like eating it, and it's like
in
going,
between the
yeah,
teeth?
and, it's like,
Oh,
and the other
yeah,
guys are like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
god, what? And they're like, oh, you demon, go back to hell. And he's just like laughing the whole time. They're like, oh, stop it. And it's like, yeah, that was like my biggest short form video, I think.
My
People who
favorite
do
was
stuff
your
wrong.
Yeah, like people who do stuff really weirdly. Yeah.
your Dodge truck one.
Oh yeah. Which one?
The one about bending the rim.
On the
How much a
kid?
kid? You take that one down.
No, it got removed on a few
Because he
things.
just started with it. A lot of you were mad about me hitting that kid with my truck.
Do you know how much a new rim for a Dodge Ram costs?
Yeah. I was like, it's like a fraction the cost of a child's casket or something like that. I was like, a new rim is a fraction the cost of a child's casket. I was like, you guys can piss off. Like it was just like me making fun of Ram owners. Like what it was, like how ridiculous people get about their trucks. Where they're like, my truck's the best. It's worth everything. I don't care if I hit kids. And just like, so I had like that character for a long time. And like so many people got pissed about it. But I was like, I'm making fun of these guys. So yeah, but
What social media platform pays the best?
well, it's definitely not TikTok. Probably YouTube. All around, YouTube and Facebook pay the most, it seems, because Facebook is where I first started, and that was my main income for like 2 years, was just views on Facebook, and like I wasn't even like very popular on there, and it was still like, enough. It was more than what I would have been making if I finished college.
Is that just Google ads, or how are they paying?
Yeah, it's like AdSense most of the time, it's you have to get, so basically on there, the best way to do it is your video has to be at least 3 minutes or longer, and you get paid per 1 minute views. It's like as long as a person watches at least 1 minute of the video, that's a payment. But I think it's pretty similar on YouTube. Like 4 to 5 minute videos on YouTube are like what people really want to make money on. And I don't have a very big YouTube. I hardly ever post to YouTube. But yeah, Facebook was awesome. And like a lot of my friends that are strictly Facebook and YouTube, they make like.
So are there people that work for those companies that go out to recruit you, like football players, to come to their site?
Oh yeah, like to come.
It's a full-on industry.
Yeah, to come like use an app or something like that. Oh yeah, there's people all the time. Like that's even on TikTok, because now TikTok has and I think Facebook's the same way, has like a system you're in, like that's like you're a creator. So it's like companies and different like apps, stuff like that, can reach out and be like, hey, if you use this app, talk about, it's like this many thousands of dollars just for you to make a 15-second video to advertise this app or this website, or to just use this. So like that happens all the time. Like most of them suck. So it's like
they're gonna come in. None of them are gonna.
Almost.
They all come in and leave, right?
Yeah. They're all, like there's literally been 2 apps that I worked like a deal with before, just because they were like, one of them was a gaming app. It was like a way to stream games from your phone. I was like, that could be cool. That could be like fun for on the go. I did that like a couple years ago, and it like I think it died like within like the first month of being out. Yeah, like just completely vanished. Like some other company bought it out and turned it into something else. But like that stuff happens all the time.
Let's take a second to think and talk about our sponsors over at Navy Federal Credit Union. You guys have heard me talk about them a million times because they are one of the sponsors of this show that have been with us for the longest. They help us put out great content every single week. We could not do it without them. And I wanted to talk to you guys about one of their greatest benefits to veterans and the veteran community, military members, their families. That is home ownership. I recently built a house, and I started kind of pre-pandemic. The process was honestly a nightmare between, the entire mortgage process as well as the building process. It was just a pain. And honestly, one of the biggest challenges that I had was that I was a little bit behind, in saving for a house, because I always thought I was just going to continue to rent. I kind of like jumping, between, apartment to apartment or the RV life. I just was kind of nomadic in that way. And then when I decided I wanted to buy a house, I was kind of behind the 8 ball and had not had a lot of money saved up. And so it just kind of put me in this weird situation where home ownership was a bit tough to.
But apparently, and I used it a little bit there for a while, Snapchat was paying the most for views on its videos.
Oh,
because now they have that section on there that's called like Spotlight or something like that. It's pretty much the same as TikTok. It's the same videos from TikTok and Reels on Instagram. Like it's all the same videos. But they were paying, it was like $10 for like 1,000 views or something like that. Like it was like way up there when it first came out. I don't know if it's still that high or not, but it's just kind of harder to get onto that like For You page that's on there. But they pay crazy. Like one of my friends from back home, literally he was telling me like he just does like simple magic tricks. That's like a 7-8 second video.
Like for beginners?
Yeah, like magic for beginners, like just little.
Not badass.
It's like they're pretty cool, but it's like really simple stuff. And he would post those on there, and he was making like $160,000.
That's a great idea.
Just from Snapchat.
Yeah, most people post the shit they're really good at. I mean, it's like it looks impossible to get to it,
but
instead
like
of just
putting
the basic stuff. Like, hey, this is how you do this.
Like a peanut butter and jelly, really good peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, just like simple little videos like that do crazy.
Do you do the Instagram Creator Fund program?
Yeah,
as well?
because I got into that almost a year ago, like when it first started. The very next day, it was like, you're not eligible anymore because you posted this 6 years ago. And it was a meme of like a dude and a girl working out, and like the girl was like, feel my gains, babe, and then he was just like squeezing her boob, and that was the meme. It was just like it was just a meme that I like shared like almost 7 years ago, and it was like, this violates our terms, so you're no longer eligible. I was like, oh wow, okay. But I just got back into that like the last few months, and it seems like it's going to pay pretty good. Yeah, because the Facebook's got that same thing on their reels now too.
Yeah,
because I just got into that like a couple weeks ago too.
So where do you see all this going?
Like the career?
No, well, that's part of it, but I mean that'll evolve. But
Yeah.
what we're the era we're in right now? We're in a transitional period, right?
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah.
everything
Oh,
coming
yeah.
online. And what would a paradise be? A paradise would be a place where you can grab a communicator, see a picture, touch it, and show up at the door. Someone would deliver it on the other side of that door.
It's definitely going.
We have that.
Yeah.
Amazon.
It's pretty.
We
crazy.
live in a world where that's kind of we're in a paradise, and there's people who still hate it. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
man. I think the VR stuff is going to start getting
Yeah.
more and more intense, because I mean they're talking about like Meta on Facebook and how it's like people are already buying plots of like land in
Didn't somebody already get killed in there?
digital world. Yeah, something like that. Like
somebody got raped or
yeah,
something
raped.
like that.
That's what it was. Like some girl felt like she was getting raped because
Who was that
this-
asshole? I wonder.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 guys were just like attacking her in the digital world or something like that, and she's like trying to file like a rape
them.
claim, through it, and so that's already happening.
Bizarre.
But and it's just like it's like we characters of yourself, so it's like
Well, if
like
we live, this is what
ridiculous.
this is.
yeah,
Like we live in one right now.
yeah,
Wouldn't the lawsuit need to take place in the Meta?
like it,
Like
it's so
'cause it's not
all
We
real.
should become meta judges
It's all
right
crazy.
now.
Yes,
Yeah.
we should. Meta lawyer.
And if
Yeah.
they're selling land, they're gonna need some people in there.
real estate real estate agents,
Agents,
and stuff,
yeah.
But I think that stuff is going to start getting more and more intense, like the VR stuff, because it's like I have like just a cheap one like that Oculus. Like I bought one. Just
Oh, wait, how are those?
Dude, it's
pretty intense?
way cooler
pretty
than I
sweet.
thought it was going to be, especially for that price. Like you can get the mega versions that are like 1,000, and then it has like the sensors you set up on each room, and then it like tracks your whole body. Then you can get crazy.
Yeah.
But that Oculus is only like $300, and you can do pretty much almost all the same things. And it's so much like if you have some friends you're playing with, it is so much fun, dude. Like I've like laughed so hard playing some of them goofy games that are on there. But like in the chat rooms where you can be like any character are so fucking funny, like all the
Oh, to
time.
find out who said
Dude,
that, that's funny.
they're so funny because like you can be like any character from anything because people make them. Like, and I know one that was so popular was Kermit the Frog, but he had just like a big fat ass. So it was like he would walk around and his feet would smack every time he like walked, and you could hear it. But he would like have a emote like where he could like dance, and it was just him like bouncing his ass. It was like so fucking funny because it's like you're there and you're looking at it, and like Kermit runs up to you and like he turns around and it's just like big goofy ass. Like it was insane. But me and my friends got on there and like we did it for like a couple weeks, just like going to different games and like all this different stuff, and it was so much fun, man. But like, God, I could only do it for like a couple hours at a time, man. Like it makes me so like nauseous.
Yeah,
Same.
nauseous, right?
Yeah, like
Hey,
you got,
there's a really fun space game. It's like,
Okay, so I saw something the other day where this guy walks into his room and the whole thing was a cockpit.
yeah, oh
And he
yeah.
sat down, that chair swung around, and I mean,
I know the
When
one
that-
you're talking about.
you see
yeah,
that?
it's got the train.
What's
You can
up?
play The train.
when
We
that
can build
goes,
that.
we need
Dude,
that.
I
Yeah.
have half of
Because
it
if
in
you
my
could
house
get into
already.
the Millennium Falcon and fly and fight your buddies and jet,
Dude, no, there was a guy that he showed his setup of that was he had like the room looked like the outside of like some kind of like spaceship. You press the door and it like slides open like
Did
a
it make the
spaceship.
noise?
Oh yeah, it was like
on.
it had all these lights and shit, and you go in and it's
Damn
just
it.
it's just the main it's like the helm of a spaceship.
Yeah.
And then there's the driver's seat up front, and he has like 6 monitors that are in the shape of like a windshield of a spaceship.
Right.
Dude, it was so cool.
You would
Well, we
love
talked
that.
about
like fill the whole room full of TVs up in the
Yeah.
front. This kind of
We talked about making a giant steel building
Oh, yeah.
like this, and then building the ship.
Hell
that
yeah.
is-
I'm
that
in.
is like
Let's do it.
5
We're doing it
bedrooms,
right
kitchen,
now.
and bar,
Yeah, it's
and
happening.
it's like an Airbnb.
Yeah.
So if you come over for the
Yeah.
night,
Yeah.
we're going in the spaceship,
Yeah.
and all the windows
All
are
the windows are
TVs.
TVs.
That look like
they're
you're in
brilliant.
space.
So we're actually flying that
Yeah.
whole night, and then we have programmable like
Yeah.
problems
Missions
that
and
happen
stuff,
over
yeah.
the night. So like you've got CO2 and there's a leak, and we gotta
Man,
fix
if you
it.
could make what buy enough of those TVs to make a box and climb down
Yeah,
in that
dude.
thing
And
and
just be-
turn them on.
Oh yeah.
Do you even need a TV if you have projectors?
No, like if you use TVs
Yeah.
like this is just the
'Cause look at the
windows.
windshield.
Like think
Yeah.
about your
Oh,
think about
gotcha.
your room.
Like a
your room,
frame.
your little spaceship
Yeah.
room would have a little window.
I see.
That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
That's we got Saturn that we're like slowly cruising by,
And it looks like you're looking out the
Yeah.
damn deal.
Yeah.
And
Then walk to
and then all of a
chow.
sudden at like 2 a.m. the alarms
That's
are
right.
going off and we have to.
That's
we have
how we're going to
unplug
train people to live in
things.
space.
Yeah.
That's how it'll start
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
My
Training
gosh.
to
I
keep
don't
You
know
would
how to
totally,
live
if
in
I called
space.
you and said, "Come stay the night in the space room with us,"
We're doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be like, okay,
Yeah, we'll
yeah,
start
I'm
building a
in.
sucker right now.
We need to
Yeah,
build this.
It would be
It's
pretty
happening.
awesome.
Oh
That's
my
where we started.
gosh.
That's how it's
Space
happening.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oculus is totally worth it.
There you go.
Dude, it really is, man.
It's worth it.
It's
I
worth
went
it.
fishing the other day.
Dude,
like
it's
on
it's
Oculus.
relaxing, man. You
crazy.
can, even there's the movie theater app where you're just in a log cabin sitting on a couch and like you're just looking at a giant big screen TV where you can watch Netflix on this TV.
And it looks
You know?
massive.
It looks
It looks like
awesome.
a
Like you're like
movie
looking
theater.
around and you're like, here's the window to this cabin. It's like snowing outside and you're like in this giant log cabin. It's so pretty.
Dude,
It's amazing.
that's some therapy right
It's,
there.
it's crazy, man. Like whenever I was like
Dude.
traveling there for a while.
Are you
I would-
kidding me?
Yeah, I would just bring that with me. Like if I had to stay in a hotel or something, I would just bring that with me so I could watch Netflix.
Dude
And I'd
says
just, like,
log
sit in
cabin
my
and
bed
snow with a
In a
TV.
log cabin, like I'm just like laying in a bed,
love
like in a
that.
log cabin. It was
So
awesome.
if she has them on, can we see each other?
yeah. If you like, there's
And you
apps-
can talk.
Yeah, and you can like it's got
watch a
mic
movie
and
together.
everything in
Like,
it.
you want to go to Hawaii
Yeah.
without being in Hawaii? Or like, if you're going. He loves
Yeah.
the idea of
Right.
Hawaii, but he hates
Yeah.
traveling
Yeah.
to
I know.
Hawaii.
Wait,
Well, think about that. It's
all right,
3.5
first of all,
hours to
all right,
LA
hold
and
on,
then
wait a
6
minute, damn
hours
it.
to Hawaii.
Let's put this
Hold
out
on,
there.
wait a
It's not that she does this to me all the time.
It's 9
It's
hours.
so
in a
hard
plane.
to get a good reputation in Hawaii. I love all my Hawaiian brothers, and I love Hawaii. I don't like the flight there.
That's
Let's
what I
just be
said. You love
I'm
being
just
in
clarifying
Hawaii.
that.
3.5
in case I
hours
had to
to
get
Los
my ass
Angeles,
over there.
6 hours to Honolulu.
I don't want to
don't
hear
wanna
from all
sit-
my Hawaiian brothers being like, "Hey, brother, we hear
No.
you talking all that." You know what I'm talking about?
That's what I said, though.
They listen
You
to this
hate
and they were.
getting there.
Yeah,
the
but I don't want them to-
travel there.
Well, guess what? You know what looks like Hawaii and is a 3-hour flight from here? Puerto Rico.
Is that true? I've never
Yeah,
been down
Houston.
there. Belize
It's
is
beautiful.
People
Belize.
say they love it.
It's beautiful.
A lot of people say they like it better than Hawaii.
I've
crazy,
been.
yeah.
I'm not crazy about
Really?
Puerto Rico. I'd rather.
Yeah, we have
Hawaii.
to go to Hawaii. She's got man.
I
probably
like Hawaii.
won't retire there
Well,
probably.
and Marcus was stationed in Hawaii, and he has a lot of friends that are still there,
Oh.
that are still stationed
Yeah.
there, and
Oh yeah, I'm a Kailua boy. I mean, I got roots there for sure.
Nice.
yeah.
It's just a long way, and
Yeah.
every time we have it's a long damn way, man.
yeah.
Every time we had to train, we had to leave.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I'm
That's
a Texas boy,
annoying.
man. You
Yeah.
know, island fever a little bit, so
Yeah.
we'd hop, but it was intense. It was an intense part of my life
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, that's what Red Wing went down when he was stationed at Hawaii is when
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happened. So.
Yeah.
straight up.
But yeah, back to sorry Hawaii. I didn't mean to get on that sidetrack.
Oh, it's because you love it so much.
I do. I
mean,
love
like,
it so much.
no one loves Hawaii more than Hawaiians, except and then there's my wife.
Yes, I do
Talks
love
about it all the time.
I do.
I mean, I married a beach
Yeah.
buddy
Yeah.
straight from Hawaii for sure.
Do you have any
Yeah.
big projects in the works? Something you're working on that you're like really proud of or looking forward to?
'Cause we can go wrangle some calves.
Yeah.
Material.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff we're going to be doing here this year and that we've been working on that have been really cool to be a part of and see. So that's all been really awesome. Yeah, I'm working on a few things right now that could be really killer. Not 100% sure if it's like I guess got legs or not. I mean, it's like another dude that I like might be starting a company with, but we'll see if that goes. We're just kind of in talks with it right now. It'd be really cool to have. But yeah, man, just like working with Henry Rifle.
I love them.
Dude, I just got partnered with them
They're great.
and
I
doing a
collect
big
those.
deal with them. So I've got like a lot of custom ones being made by them, and then like a bunch of like their base models of a bunch of different models coming to do some stuff with them. So I've been buying like a lot of cowboy attire so that I can
Oh,
like make
fun.
a lot of cool like goofy cowboy videos for them, like doing like stuff with lever actions. Because I had a lever action training class here like a couple months back with Chris Costa, and he like taught all of us like a 1-day crash course on like just really effective ways to use lever actions. It was like friggin' awesome. I met that Henry rep there, so that was really cool, and that's like led to working with like a few other of those companies that were up there. So that's a lot of really cool, fun stuff that's in the works, and that's gonna just like open doors for so much more content with all of that. So
That's good. Congratulations.
yeah,
on
thank
that,
you.
man.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun.
So for our listeners, how do people find you?
It's Caleb W. Francis on pretty much everything other than Twitch, which is my video gamer name, which I've had since I was like eight.
That's your handle?
Grizzly,
No one had that?
Grizzly Puncher is
Grizzly.
Hear what that dude just said?
Hey, you want the shirt? You
Yeah.
want the T-shirt? No.
Yeah.
Is there one that,
Yeah, that's
should
that's
make a
my
t-shirt.
Twitch. Oh, it's happening. That goes. The pre-orders go up this weekend for that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's always been my video game name. So I just kept that Twitch as that.
Pretty good.
That
Yeah.
is funny.
But yeah. Caleb W. Francis on everything and Grizzly Puncher on Twitch.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that is so funny.
Yeah, it's fun.
So one last question for you, Never Quit Podcast. What advice would you give someone out there who wants to be an influencer, who wants to be a creator, or kids who want to get into this? What is your advice for them?
Man,
You're talking to our kids.
yeah. Make whatever you're wanting to do. Make a
You want some time
TikTok.
to think about this?
Yeah, no, easy.
I'm just messing with
Make it. Because anytime people ask me this, make a TikTok. A lot of people are still kind of like iffy about TikTok, but like it has helped me like gain so many of my most like sponsors that I work with the closest and like the most. That's where a lot of my sponsors and partnerships have come from. It's helped all my other pages grow so much, especially if you're trying to stream and do like Twitch stuff, or like say you're streaming on YouTube, getting clips from those streams, like funny clips, or like say you do like something crazy and kill a bunch of guys in Call of Duty, or like back to back, just really cool clips, posting them on TikTok and Reels on Instagram. All this short form content is like what is so easy for people to get. So make the TikTok and post on there whatever you're doing, whatever you're woodworking or art or anything like that you're wanting to make content about. Make it and put it on TikTok, because it will be recycled onto pretty much every other platform there is, and it will help all your other platforms grow so much. So
I was going to ask you that. Which one is the mainstay, the hub? Like if you plug it in, so it's TikTok. You plug it into that one.
I mean, like I want people to come to my Instagram, because that's that's where I do like a lot of stuff with sponsors and stuff like that regularly, and that's like where it's more personal. It's like, I'm posting the stories on there all the time. I'm posting clips and videos like to my main feed of everything else that's going on in my life, and not just skits. Like TikTok's pretty much almost all skits or clips of video games. Instagram is the one that I want more people to follow for sure. YouTube, I need to work on more, which is a goal this year. But just TikTok in general, man. Like for anybody that's trying to grow on social media, TikTok is like I think a key thing, because it just
What do you think
it
about
helps
kids
everything.
on TikTok?
I mean, I think it's fine. Obviously, there's a lot of like content on there that's like probably doesn't need to be on there, and like they're getting a lot better with stuff getting removed pretty quick. But like there's just so many like ideas on there. Like it's cool to see, and there's so many kids on TikTok that are like famous already just for posting their TikToks. Like there's so many young kids who stream and have become like pretty much millionaires because of their TikToks blowing up,
We
and people
haven't
seeing them
let
and being
our
like, all
kids
right,
get
I'm
on
going to
TikTok
his
yet.
stream. Like seems like a cool kid. He's funny and he's awesome at games. I'm going to his stream. Like that, it can turn people into like celebrities overnight. So it's awesome to see.
We've been so.
I know it'll happen to my kid. I walk in
Yeah.
there and play a war game with my kid.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it would.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I got that.
Yeah.
we
I
haven't
don't know
let
if I
our
want
kids
ready for that.
Yeah.
watch TikTok
Because he's
yet.
really good at it.
Yeah.
He loves the video games.
Yeah, man, and that's the thing. If it's something he wants to do and y'all are cool with it, like it's especially now. That's what I was telling them. Like that Streamladder website, it's so easy to edit clips that go into the TikTok and Reels formats. And every page is like Instagram has their Reels, and that's what they're pushing. Facebook has Reels, and that's what they're pushing. And it's almost like that's almost the only way you can even grow those pages anymore is through Reels, because that's like the only way that you get seen by new pages these days, because they're trying to push it so hard. But all of those short form contacts are like what is making everybody's pages grow so well, and they're pushing them, so it's easier for you to post a video that's funny or something cool, and it just blow up. So
Our kids were watching. We did a road trip the other day, and they were watching. Who is that YouTuber, Mr. Beast?
oh yeah,
Or something.
yeah.
like over and over. And I was like, how does this kid have so much money? He's just giving money away. Like,
and that's how he makes like millions each month from his YouTube channel.
That's insane
like
to me.
just his YouTube, and that's how he's
That's
able
insane.
to flip it and give away millions each month, because he'll do a videos like, here's a video of me giving away $1 million. The views that he gets on that video will probably get him $10 million.
Yeah.
So he can just
Good
like,
for
keep
him.
doing.
That's
Yeah,
like
it's
real
awesome.
money.
Great job.
It's awesome.
It's
And
real money.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it's like that's YouTube. Whenever you get in there and you start doing it right, and you get a couple million followers on there, that's where the crazy money
And
comes
he
from.
puts out like 10 plus videos a week.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, because
some
he
are
has
doing
like
90 million views.
he has
in
like
the
6
first-
different pages
Some of
on
the
there.
stuff, the tricks I mean,
Yeah, man. He's,
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
we
Yeah.
did a road trip from Tampa
I watched it too.
the other
I mean,
day.
I never do that.
Yeah.
He caught my attention on something. I don't remember what it was. And
Well, he created a game.
one of the games.
And
I was like,
the
all right.
winner of the game got like
Yeah.
$500,000.
yeah, was it when he did the Squid Game thing when that came
Yes.
out? Yeah, because he did like his own version of it.
Yeah.
man, and he spent like millions
Yeah.
doing that, and then like probably made so much from the video.
I was
That
like,
his
what
video
the
got
heck?
viewed more than the actual show, is what it was. That video got viewed more than the Squid Game show on Netflix.
yeah,
That's crazy.
So yeah, and
He also did
so-
that hide and go seek video. In the
Yeah, that
football
was so
stadium.
huge.
That was
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Well, and
bought an
that's like
island
the-
and left his friends on it for
Yeah.
24 hours.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
so
gosh.
funny.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
he comes up
insane.
with insane shit. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's like the Dude Perfect guys. Like
Yeah.
back in the day,
Yep,
they were
they're
doing
still
trick
pretty
shots.
huge.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
great.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
still
I'm a big fan of
yeah.
theirs. Now,
Yeah.
I would,
Yeah, we love Dude Perfect.
well, before
guys.
quarantine
Yeah,
and everything, at the end of the day, I would show, when kids were going down, I'd go in there and watch a couple videos with my son.
yeah,
Because those kids, the COVID babies and the quarantine babies,
Yeah.
they're different species altogether.
yeah. Oh yeah,
I mean, different species
Yeah.
altogether. I can't even imagine what they're going to turn into.
yeah, because it's all pretty much all social media, like their whole life. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
So, yeah.
our kids spent 2
Yeah.
years with screens in their face, and it's
Yes.
not because we didn't want them
No,
to.
like, what else are they supposed
yeah,
to do?
like they're stuck in the freaking house.
Yeah.
I mean, look how much what happened to us after we got a hold of it.
yeah, yeah.
And we're a little bit of the old, and they're born into it, and so they have that rhythm.
Oh yeah.
Because like they're kind of
They're
whatever
gonna
it
be
is
able
we
to.
made.
They're gonna do so much. It's
Oh.
Yeah, our
I mean, we
kids
don't
how to
even
do
know we
things
don't
with
know.
our
Yeah, stuff that
phone more
because they're
than
still
we
learning
do.
what they think of, and like, hey, I get what you guys, but they're gonna invent the flux capacitor.
yeah, they're gonna do.
you know,
crazy
light
stuff.
speed and
yeah.
shit. That'll be them.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Just for fun.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Freaking kids. What? Man, I'm gonna go yell at mine. Just because.
Make them do
I'm gonna make them
push-ups.
just push up just because everything's so good. I know y'all gonna be exceptional. Get your
Yeah.
asses out there and mow the yard.
I know. I was telling Marcus that it's time that Axe mows the yard with a push mower.
It's a big day because she's till 13, kind of
Mhm.
under mom's wing, and
Yeah.
she slowly started
Well,
to kick him out.
on my way in, I noticed you have the 70. That
Yeah.
mower is
I
How about
Go
that?
ahead and
Yeah.
promote your mower. You're doing a commercial for your mower. Now we had to purchase this.
you
This
got
is
the
not
se-
for
you got the
free.
70 though.
Yeah,
We
I'm
had
the
to buy
official
this.
sponsor of not only John Deere tractors. They don't sponsor me. I sponsor them, and Toro Zero Turn.
No, they don't sponsor
Toro
us. We
Zero.
sponsor
They don't
them.
sponsor me. I sponsor them. Like if something's good,
Yeah.
But it's like, what is that one called? The Blade Tech or something like that?
Toro.
the Toro, yeah.
Yeah.
We call it the Bull.
It's the
so anytime I
Toro
was
Z Master.
Z Master
Zen
70.
Master.
Mhm.
The other one's a professional.
Yeah.
But I have more fun on them damn things, and that sucker. I mean, I take care of the whole place.
Yeah.
So those things pull their weight.
Yeah. How long do you think it takes you typically to mow?
3
all this?
days.
3 days?
That's right.
So
Well-
Marcus was talking about this is something you could help accomplish. He loves his mower so much. He was thinking of having a race car body built.
Well, I was
onto
just
it.
about to tell him something that you probably don't want me to tell him, but they are. I did see
Did you do that
yesterday.
already?
No, but they did make fork attachments for a KTM 450 for a mower on the front.
That's a pretty good idea. So I was thinking, maybe, can you imagine like
Oh my
an
gosh.
IndyCar frame, but
On-
the fins are blades.
Just a rally car with a huge deck on the front.
Yeah.
So you
But
can
I
just
mean,
be
the IndyCar
drifting.
already has
You-
that front.
you should be-
piece.
you should
It's
be
got
drifting.
blades right here,
Yeah.
right, and then in the back you kind of just drop them suckers down. And you're sitting.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He
You don't think I can drift
would
around
love
that?
That would be
that.
pretty
I think we
wicked.
should make a drift mower.
Cut that 3 down to 1.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Thank you for coming on our
Yeah,
show.
of course. Thank you so much for
and
having me, yeah.
Sharing your story with us.
Yeah.
And well,
That's good stuff,
everybody
man.
go look at his Instagram and Twitch and YouTube and
Yeah. Keep
Facebook.
following dreams, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah.
Don't ever stop.
Of course. Yeah.